this attacking formation with the 4-3-3 is going to work wonders for us. I think it should be fantastic for Rovers today. That's what I hope, at least.
Forest Green fans enjoyed that Elvis tune a bit more than the Woking fans used to hearing it out the new lawn. Forest Green from right to left. I think this kick-off's going to go on the left-hand side. That's where 4 of the players are. They immediately play it down the left, and it goes straight out for touch. I think there's going to be a bit of PSG about that, isn't there? They deliberately go from the right into a throw-in.
It's more like an England rugby union style, isn't it?
Yeah, go for touch, and it seems like it's not part of the plan, but I think it does immediately camp Woking into their own half. We'll go through the Woking lineup shortly as they have a throw in their own half, which they play towards the halfway line. Forest Green win themselves a free kick. Knowles getting a shove on the back, playing the left back role. Norcott in goal. Looks like a back 3 of Akinola, Odesini and Richards. The wing backs of Hinds and Drew. In the midfield, Foster Kasky, Beautyman and O'Brien. Kelly up front. And Forest Green just playing it along the back at the moment. Karner getting a feel for the ball. Knowles on the left. So he's playing as a left back, not as a left wing back, and he might have his wings clipped a bit today with that. He takes that throw up the line, looking for Mitchell. He wins himself another throw. This one a bit closer towards goal. Takes it quickly, looking for Mitchell. Wasn't expecting that Mitchell. Does well to get the first touch though. Tries to get towards the keeper. The keeper comes off his line, Norcott, and clutches it. He's in a lime green top. It's a bit of a clash with the Forest Green's home kit. Luke Nicholas in all blue. Working ball to the left-hand side. A bit blustery out there as well. You see that ball did hold up. Forest Green give away a free kick on the halfway line. You see some of the autumnal trees around here. They're in a bit of a sway.
I wonder if that's maybe another reason why Tom Knowles is finding himself at a left-back position, because we know how dangerous that long throw that he has. I mean, it's not quite bent over from last year, but it's still it's a very long throw. So I wonder if he's almost kind of, you say, clipped his wings a little bit, or maybe he's shot himself in the foot by having such a good throw in that he ends up at the full-back position.
Here comes Moore. He's got some space on the right-hand side. Drives towards the penalty area. Might have won himself a corner. He does. He ushers it out for a corner. It's like he's doing defensive duty, seeing that ball out, but he knew it was going to be a corner for Forest Green. They're first after 2 minutes, still goalless. This is where Big Ryan Innes might be useful today. Up trops Carney also. Oh, Whitwell's, he's not small, is he, actually, for a young lad? Whitwell comes short. They don't elect to use him for this corner. The wind might make it swell. A bit of drizzle out there as well. Referee blows up to saying on a bit of pushing and shoving on the penalty spot. Innes is leading a 3-man bus queue. Mendy's at the back. You've got Knowles and Mitchell in the 6-yard box. Woking every man back for this corner. Clip towards the far post. McAllister's there, gets a touch across goal. Wins himself a corner. No, it doesn't. He goes off for a goal kick. Deliberately overhit to find him. But Woking were well wary of him.
Absolutely, that looked like a planned move there. Like you said, everyone kind of going into that bus formation with Ryan Innes and with Kanu. It drew in all those Woking players, and just as you could see that Jaden Clark was about to take that corner, you see an on-running Carl McAllister on that left wing position, just caught in time by the Woking defender. Good awareness from number 2 there, Drew, who managed to find McAllister and just get a block in before McAllister could get it goal bound.
That goal kick did hold up in the air. Moore got a decent header looking for Mitchell, but the defence of Akinola heads it back to his keeper Norcott, who's been busier the first 2 keepers in the first 4 minutes. It's still goalless here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. That ball does hold out there. Innes gets the first header, wins himself a free kick as well. That's good news for Forest Green, because Aidan O'Brien had a bit of space winning the second ball there. Innes looks to take the free kick quickly and plays it out to the right to Pembleton. Gets the ball back, does Innes. Threads it through to Knowles. He's found some space. Innes found him intelligently. Plays to McAllister on the left-hand side. Looks for Knowles on the overlap. His run was getting blocked, and it goes out for a goal kick. Knowles said that it's a free kick. I can see why he asked the question, but you don't see it given.
No, he felt like he was being held, didn't he? But nothing really there, unfortunately, for Knowlesy.
That was played quickly back to the Woking keeper. Forest Green turning the press on, but Woking done well to find Drew playing it around them. They got it back through Mitchell, edge of the area. He has a chance of a shot. It's Hawley gets the handball shout there as it's blocked. That's what the players are asking, but I think it may be a bit close there. It was only about a yard or so away, but Forest Green did well to that press to work, but maybe Mitchell could have had an extra touch. He had options to his right-hand side with Clark as well.
I mean, it may have been quite close, but that arm was in an unnatural position, and it is very, very clearly hit his arm, and that ball was going goal bounds and on target. So there definitely is a question to be asked there. But like you said, he did have Jaden Clark on the right-hand side, but I don't know about that. I don't want to sound biased, but I'd be asking for a penalty if I was Robbie Savage.
Innes plays it back to McNicholas. Woking just backing off and not turning the press on like Forest Green were. Good chance over Forest Green that with Mitchell. And maybe, yeah, it's about 20 yards out, that shot. Just a bit less. But I think Clark could have been the simpler option to his right-hand side. Mendy with an awful ball going straight out for a Woking throw in their own half.
I think that chance for Mitchell, I think maybe he didn't realise maybe how much time he had potentially. He's just trying to get it out quickly, when actually taking a couple more steps, potentially trying to find Jaden Clark may well have been a better decision.
Forest can win the ball back. McAllister plays it over the top. Mitchell's in offside position, so does think about going to that. Robbie Savage was patrolling the edge of his technical area, wearing white trousers today. And he looked good in them. But maybe not the most sensible thing in a bit of a muddy football field. The pitch, by the way...
Well, he isn't playing, so...
No. Looking luscious is the meadow here, as Woking play a ball across the penalty area. Well dealt with Forest Green, and Pemberton plays it out for a throw on the halfway line. Yeah, the pitch, it's long, isn't it? When you first come in, it looks luscious and green, which it is, but when you get a bit closer to it, a bit longer than it is at the new lawn, so maybe just the ball won't just glide and fizz through as much as Forest Green like to do, and Savage did allude to that. As Woking do well with that throw-in, finding Beautyman, who's captain today, signed from Sutton in the summer. Here comes Woking, put a ball into the penalty box. Forest Green commit themselves, but can't get the touch away, and here comes a chance for Woking. It's charged down from Knowles. Good defending that from Tom Knowles. With his defensive cap on, playing his left-back role. There's an important block as Woking got that shot away in the penalty area. And Forest Green just absorbing a bit of Woking pressure. The first 7 minutes, that probably is the most that Woking have had to do so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Woking slowly started to build himself into the game now. A couple of key passes made by them, and then 2 chances in a row. First of all by number 10, Aidan Brown. Then 2 fantastic blocks after Kanu tried to that John Terry-style diving header clearance, and then 2 important blocks.
Long thrown from Woking. Get the ball back as the ball's played into the penalty. It took a deflection, it took a bit of a weird trajectory there, and the shot comes in. It's taken ricochets everywhere, and Forest can eventually manage to calmly clear through Jaden Clark. In the FA Trophy, it's Portishead leading against Hartbury. McNicholas watches that ball, and it's holding up, isn't it? There's a bit of a breeze out there as Mitchell sped through, but he gets to the Woking keeper first, who plays it out quickly. Good awareness from Forest Green to find Mitchell there. Better awareness, you can say, from Tom Norcott, the Woking goalie. Yeah,
something that Robbie's always calling for. He's always calling for Luke McNicholas to play that ball quickly. Whenever he gets the ball in his hand, he's always on him, shouting, get the ball out, get the ball out.
Clark drives forward, looks for Knowles, can't find him, and it goes back to the Woking keeper Norcott. He plays to the halfway line. Kanu wins the first ball. Forest not winning the second balls though, and Woking play that ball forward to Kelly, who goes past Innes. Kelly towards goal, just to keep it to beat, takes an extra touch, and good awareness from Forest Green, who used that extra touch, and Pemberton got the ball away, and the ball eventually cleared from Kanu. Through Whitwell, he's just showing too much of the ball. He hasn't. It's an intelligent ball to McAllister. End-to-end stuff here. Clark in the centre circle, gives the ball away cheaply, and Woking have the ball back, and look to create another chance through Beautyman. But they should have made so much more of that for Woking. McAllister has the ball on the halfway line, spreads it through looking to Mitchell. There was 3 Woking players and just Mitchell, and one of them got onto the end of it. But Whitwell wins the ball back through Moore, who clears, but it's done by Pemberton, and Pemberton needs a big old mention because he did that fantastic block.
Yeah, he did. I think Rovers, after that chance, are lucky to not be 1-0 down after a slight mistake from
Mitchell, edge of the area, keepers off his line, thinks about going for it, but takes a touch instead. He's got options in the middle, one of them in Clark with a shot, and scores for Forest Green! Jaden Clark, found by Mitchell, gives his fellow striker a big old hug for putting it on that plate. And after 9 minutes, Forest Green go 1-0 up.
I'll forget whatever negativity I was just about to say. That is an absolutely superb bit of play from Cairo Mitchell. Like you said, he had that ball in behind, looked like he was going to take it quite early on. Instead, changes his body shape, tries to take it down the line slightly, and instead of putting the ball straight across the floor, it's slightly lifted upwards, and then you've got a Jaden Clark running onto the ball, manages to get there first just before his marker gets to him, just around the 6-yard box, sticks his leg out and in for his first goal for Forest Green Rovers.
And yeah, you've got to give full credit there to Mitchell. I think he was thinking about the audacious lob originally, wasn't he? Saw the keeper off the line when he got that ball on the edge of the penalty area. Calmly went down the wing. Someone really should have been picking up Clark in the 6-yard box. He went there, good ball to find him. All he had to do was hammer it home. Yeah,
absolutely, really, really clever play from Cairo Mitchell. That's come from just there's chance after chance. It's non-stop at the moment. The ball has hardly gone out of play. As soon as one team gets it, they want to go forwards, and Woking just give the ball away, and all of a sudden Rover going a million miles an hour, and that's where that opportunity comes from.
Forest Green fans singing we're top of the league. That's right currently. Rochdale not playing till 5:30 this afternoon. As the ball's cleared right in front of us, and it just hit our colleague to left-hand side. Joel, you went for evasive action then as the ball was only a few inches away from you.
Yeah, I didn't fancy getting the head on that one. I think five-a-side yesterday, got a header in. I had a headache for a good couple of minutes, so I was going to avoid that one today.
That was weak. Our colleagues on BBC Radio Surrey took a bit of a hammering then when that ball was cleared away to our left-hand side. Joel ducked as Knowles with the throw. Looking for Mitchell.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm this side of the pitch, I think, fair to say.
Innes, he doesn't duck out of challenges, winning that one for Forest Green. But again, the second ball with Woking. Forest Green are 1-0 up, and here comes Woking trying to make amends for that. Pemberton with a heavy touch to clear for Woking's first corner. He was known that O'Brien was behind him. But Woking that challenging Forest Green. It's these second balls as well. Innes does what he does with the first ones, but Woking right on the second ones.
Yeah, but again, once again, from a Forest Green perspective, you've got Trey Pemberton there. He's playing right back, and all of a sudden he's on the left-hand side of the box. Once again, tracking back, making tackles and really important challenges. It's a superb game so far from him.
Woking with their first corner, played towards the near post. Knowles wins the first header, goes out for a corner. There's a player down for Forest Green. It's not Knowles, I think it might be Carnu. He needs some treatment, which is not what Forest Green want. Firstly, they want his player to be okay. That's the most important thing. Secondly, that means they're going to have to defend this corner without the defender Carnu.
Yeah, Carnu's played such an invaluable role for Rovers since coming on loan from Reading, and especially you want one of your biggest players there for a corner, and it looks like if he is able to play on, he's not going to be there for this corner because the treatment is now on the pitch, and it does look like a potential head treatment that's going on here. You can see communication from the physios that are lying down, and now you can see Dan Connor actually calling across, and we can see that Geordie's actually coming down, so I think a decision's already been made here. That seems to be quite a bad injury for Carnu.
Yeah, he went down in some pain and he was tapping. He's conscious, which is the main thing to say during a head injury, but he went down some pain, didn't he, when tapping the ground, and he's getting treatment from the two physios. He's moving and sitting up now. Jordan Moore-Taylor is match fit. We know that, but he's on the bench today. But Carnu's not going to be able to defend this corner, first of all. We've actually got the further medics to come onto the pitch. So Carnell, he's sitting up. I think it's the main thing. Yeah. He's sitting up and conscious and talking. So I think there might be the stretchers coming on as well, which is always concerning to see. But he is up and talking. Jordan Moore-Taylor might be able to come on. I imagine he will be, as Carnell's going to be stretchered off. Yeah, I want to see what happened there, because it was the ball's played from the corner towards the near post. Knowles won it, I think, but Carnu was the player who was on the floor, whether there's a bit of clash with another player or the post or what.
Yeah, I think there was three players going for the same situation, so I don't think it was a collision from the post. From where I see it, it potentially could have been a collision between three heads, potentially. I'm not sure, but he's obviously gone down really quickly, and when he's gone down, with footballers nowadays, you do think, oh, are they injured? But straight away you could see that Carnu was tapping his leg on the floor in pain. and the speed of the staff going onto the pitch and the speed of the decision for Geordie to warm up and to come back to the fourth official kind of hints to what could be happening here. It looks like it could be quite a bad injury.
It's not a bad substitution to bring on. It's
No.
Jordan Moore-Taylor.
I think ideally you probably say for Geordie, in terms of him just coming back from an injury, that coming on after 15 minutes wasn't in the plan. But if you've got a person that is capable of, you know, an experienced person to lead a backline, Geordie is the kind of player you want at this level. Is a superb centre back.
No one likes to see a player being stretched off, but especially when it's due to the head injury. But we have to reiterate, he was up and talking to the physios. He was sat up as well.
Yeah, he's sat up in the stretcher now, isn't he?
So never nice to see, of course, but I'm not sure what the injury actually was, but he gets applause from all round the ground, which is lovely to see, and Jordan Moore-Taylor will be coming on. Such a shame for Carnu, who's being stretchered off. It's Weymouth 0, Gloucester City 1. What's with the goal? What's Bishop's Cleeve leading, with Ross Langworthy getting the goal in the FA Trophy against Farren. As the sub is confirmed, with Jordan Moore-Taylor coming on. Dan Connor, seeing how Carnu is, they're getting stretched off the pitch. And we'll have to talk to obviously after the game how he is. But Jordan Moore-Taylor comes on. It's so tricky for Forest Green, this, because they've just seen their teammate stretched off the pitch, and now they've got to defend a really important corner.
Yeah, big focus now for Rovers, just to get through these next few seconds, really.
So corner for Woking. They're second. Jordan Moore-Taylor, by the way, takes the captain's armband off Carl McAllister. A bit of a hush now. The game restarts with the corner. It's not taken first time. They restarts. And this time played getting powerfully towards the near post. Again, Knowles wins it. This goes off for a throw, of which Woking will might try and have a long one. They've got one in their locker, and the big men are still up from the corner. And they do leave it as Woking gear themselves up for the long throw. No, they don't. They take it short instead. Forest didn't pick up the short man of Drew at the edge of the area. Plays it in right-footed, swirling towards the far post. Woking win the first header. Forest Green win the second through Mitchell. And Forest Green give away a free kick. Mitchell not to look at that decision. Did well to win the first challenge. Referee has no hesitating pointing for the free kick. That second challenge. Dangerous position here. A couple of yards outside the DLT area, right in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, it's one of those ones for a goalkeeper. It's quite hard to set your wall up because you're unsure about which way it's going to go because it's so centralised. I think he's just going to have to kind of guess and pick one, you know, for the wall. So it's kind of a great position to be in if you're Woking. Some of the Rovers players were a bit aggrieved at the idea of that free kick, feeling that maybe the Woking player went down slightly too easy. But this is a big opportunity with 2 or 3 players lining up to take it for Woking.
You've got Beautyman over it. I think he's going to be taking it. Might leave it instead for Foster Casey. He's going to Foster Casey. Takes the shot. It's a decent one, but it goes into the wall and hits Kyra Mitchell. He takes a bit of a knock from there. And Knowles looks to come away with it. Gets dispossessed though. Forest Green trying to build it up and give the ball away. The Woking come down the left. But they're going to win it back to Forest Green. Through Whitwell. Looks for McAllister. Plays it over the top to Mitchell. Again, gives away a free kick, and seemed like quite an honest challenge there against Timo Racina as he's going after that long ball over the top. Free kick's given against him. Forest did well to defend that. They're leading by a goal to 0. Thanks to Clark after 9 minutes. Mitchell doing all the hard work to find him in the 6-yard box. After 18 minutes, it's still Woking 0, Forest Green Rovers 1 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. On all frequencies apart from DAB digital radio, where you can hear commentary of Cheltenham Town. As Forest Green get the ball back, it's Cheltenham 0, Oldham 0 on DAB. We'll have a look at the scores elsewhere in the National League shortly. As Forest Green themselves a throw in midway in the Woking half. Knowles to take, just slows play down a bit. Steals a few yards as well. Looks for options. Whitwell's created one. Gives the ball back to him. Knowles wins himself a free kick. Gets taken down from Beautyman. Not a bad outcome that from Forest Green. They take it quickly though, finding Whitwell on the left-hand side. 2 men on him, go past him easily, goes into the penalty area, and gives himself a goal kick. I think Whitwell said he had a bit of a hold back and thought it could have been a corner, but the referee had no hesitation, saying it's a goal kick. Good work from Whitwell, the way he beat those men.
It was brilliant work because he got given the ball on the left-hand side, no one in front of him, no real options to get to, and he had 3 Woking players in front of him, and he managed to nutmeg one, go past another, and then just as he was about to try and put the cross in, an absolutely superb challenge from the Woking defender managed to also get the rebound and get Woking the goal kick.
Those National League scores, Joel, have you got them? 19 minutes gone, Woking 0, Forest Green Rovers 1.
Yeah,
what news elsewhere?
Early kick-off, it managed to finish Brackley 1, Sutton United 0. Quite a lot of 0-0 still, so I'll tell you the games that are 1-0 at the moment. Bar ours, we've got Altrincham versus Carlisle. That is 1-0 to Carlisle. And then we've also got goals at, the only other goal is Morecambe 1, Wealdstone 0, and every other game in the National League 0-0 at the moment, bar us.
Thank you very much, Joel. We'll have a look at the Premier League scores shortly because there's a free kick for Forest Green. Mitchell this time the victim, so the perpetrator. It's to the goalkeeper's right and Forest Green's left. 5 yards up from the edge of the penalty area. Probably a bit of an angle to have a shot at, but you never know. Knowles is lurking. Well, you know what he can do. Clark and McAllister over it as well. More Taylor onto the pitch. Of course, replacing the injured Carnu. Ryan Innes, surely the target man, might go towards the far post. Clark and McAllister over it. Clark leaves it for himself, actually plays it into the box, looking for Whitwell. Wins the first header, trying to get the second shot away, but it gets blocked. Work with the numbers there. Pemberton gets the ball back for Forest Green. McAllister down the left-hand side. Finds Clark, the goal scorer. Beautiful 1-2. Back to McAllister. Drives into the penalty area. Goes straight to the goal. Plays it across goal. Does he tap in? Can it be Mendy? He does so, but he lets the ball go in front of him. Back to Whitwell on the far post. Brings it down well. Needs support. Might have won himself a corner. No, goes off for a goal kick instead. That was a great chance for Forest Green. McAllister driving forward. Played it across goal. Mendy eventually came to the edge of the area, but surely there's a Forest Green player close who could have got there.
Yeah, I think you had so many players in the box there. I think there was about 3 or 4 players looking like they were lining up to take it, and it just managed to evade every single one of them. Again, it was fantastic play on this left-hand side, this time with Carl McAllister playing that 1-2 through in with Clark. Kind of a nifty little lofted small pass over to Carl McAllister running down into the box. It just couldn't manage to get a green shirt on it on the end of his low ball into the box.
Yeah, almost too many cooks there. So have a look at those Premier League scores, John.
Yeah, absolutely. Early kick-off, Merseyside derby, Liverpool 2, Everton 1. Liverpool actually scoring 2 first-half goals rather than last-minute goals for once. Latest scores, goals in all but one game, so it's Brighton 1, Spurs 0. Burnley 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Then 0-0 between West Ham and Crystal Palace. And Wolves 1, Leeds United 0.
It's Woking 0, Forest Green Rovers 1 here at Surrey and Woking. 22.5 minutes gone, exactly in the middle of the first half. There'll be a few minutes of added time though with the injury to Carnu. Got stretchered off, conscious and talking, we've got to say, but some sort of head injury or something nasty looking as he is stretched off the field. Good play from Woking. They got space in the midfield through Andrews. Looks to play it to the left-hand side. Finds Hines, takes a few touches, allows Forest Green to get back and defend, but Woking still have possession with Foster Casey. All the way back to the halfway line. That'll please Forest Green's defence, but they just still have possession. Odesina finds Drew on the right-hand side. Drew, the searching ball into the box. Goes over Innes, not much does that, but Pemberton was there to further clear for Forest Green. Bit of head tennis going on either side of the halfway line. Brought down by McAllister. They can't find Mitchell. And Forest Green look to have the ball back, but it's Woking to get there first through Odesina. Back to Drew. Forest Green, Savage said they're playing 3 up front with Mitchell, McAllister and Clark. You have to say a lot of the time it just does look like Mitchell's just up there by himself, but the last minute or so Clark and McAllister push themselves further up.
Yeah, before I think when Woking had the ball it did turn into more of a 5 in midfield with Cairo up And each time Rovers managed to win the ball, it was quite an early long ball, but not an aimless long ball in one of those channels for Cairo Mitchell to run onto. But like you say, now we are seeing Kyle and Jaden push up slightly even more, even without the ball.
Innes slides the ball out for a throw on the halfway line in front of half the Forest Green fans. They kind of split, some of them standing in the open terrace on the far side, half of them in that huge stand away to our right.
But nobody in the temporary seating area on the far side.
The temporary seating stand they've broken of a bit famous with. Forest can give away a free kick. There's in the open terrace. There's what, a dozen seats just plonked open to the elements there, just to conform to A-League regulation.
It's VIP, I hear.
No one's just splashed out today. The Forest Green sat there. Free kick to Woking on the left-hand side. Chance to put the ball into the box. Again, second balls hasn't been the best for Forest Green. The wind blowing probably in Forest Green's favour. This free kick's going to go into the wind, so we'll hold up. Referee gets into position, blows the whistle. Every man back defending this. Played into the box. It's high, too high, and goes off for a goal kick. You can hear the cheers of the Forest Green fans over the far side of the pitch.
I had a goal update in the FA Trophy. Hartbury have managed to get an equaliser against Portishead. Currently 1-1 between Hartbury and Portishead. Just as Forest Green Rovers take that goal kick on the right hand side with Trey Pemberton now with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, let's just have a look at Robbie Savage talking to Bowen, the director of football there. Not sure it's on the field or off the field, talking about Carnu. But Savage back to shouting instructions in front of him. Again, in his white trousers today. I wouldn't wear the white trousers in the best of times.
I mean, the amount of times you've mentioned it, I think you're going straight to H&M.
Mitchell offside. Well, I wear white trousers on a Sunday during the summer playing cricket. But I wouldn't. Maybe not in September when there's a muddy football field in front of you. But he looks good for it. There's Robbie Savage. Just how white would they be at 5 o'clock this afternoon? Harry Cardwell warming up in front of us alongside Nick Horton on the bench today. Forest can already forced to make that one change with Jordan Moore-Taylor coming in for Carnu, who's got stretchered off. Conscious and talking, but took a bit of a head knock. Norcott, the Woking keeper, plays it forward. Woking had the ball edge of the area. Getting second ball wasn't work good for Forest Green. Looking to get a shot away are Woking, but Whitwell in the box comes away with it and tries to dribble it out and does so successfully, but plays the ball forward and gives the ball away to Dakinola. Hinge up down the left hand side. Pemberton clears, finds McAllister. Heavy touch from Carl McAllister. Didn't see too many of those, and tackles are sliding in now as Whitwell gets the ball away. The long ball over looking for Mitchell, looking a bit more lonely now up front as Woking come on forward. A bit of a quiet atmosphere here. I know Woking, it's quite partisan last season. Forest Green came away with a 2-2 draw, playing well, but when Ryan Innes got controversially sent off and Steve Cottrell got a bit of a ban for it, for his losing his opinions on it. But yeah, quite quiet. I know you're saying, Joel, talking to some of the press around it, it hasn't been the most emphatic of atmospheres here this season.
Yeah, I think maybe that haven't quite got the connection yet with the players was what I was getting the vibe from some of the media staff here, etc. Not quite, having that connection and
more
clapping at the end
space
of the pitch.
In the final third. Runs into traffic. Whitwell gets the ball taken off him. There's a high challenge there from Whitwell, and the referee plays advantage because Woking came away with it. Whitwell must have been the player who fouled. He gets the ball back to Whitwell. Clark on the left-hand side, corner of the penalty area, goes in to his right foot, 2 men on him, somehow finds more. He can't get the shot away, can't turn, it's back to goal, and Woking clear. The wind is holding the ball up a lot here as Knowles gets the ball into the box, looking for Mitchell, who can't get a decent touch, and Norcott, the Woking keeper, clutches the ball.
It's very scrappy at the moment. Both teams, I don't even think they're trying to get their foot on the ball and to calm it down a bit. They're all trying to go gung-ho at the moment, and it's causing a couple of mistakes, and then just when you think one team's going to go on the attack, they give the ball away and the other team goes on the attack, and that's kind of what's been happening for the past few minutes. What was interesting there was when that ball went in the box, again, we've talked a lot about the difference between this season and last season. I think there was about 3 or 4 Forest Green players in the box there just for that cross, really looking for that second goal at the moment.
They lost their first 4 games with Woking. Got their first point at home to York. They beat Gateshead 5-0 the last home game here, and Woking looking to get a goal now, but Pemberton saw the ball and plays back to his keeper McNicholas. Yeah, they beat Morecambe away as well, so they're starting to get the results together, but they're only on 8 points, and I think not the best start, so fans yet to gel with them. Forest Green at the start they've had.
Again, as soon as Woking got the ball, they just went straight forwards again. 100 miles an hour, try and play as quickly as you can, get as quickly as you can to the goal. It's definitely the way to get the fans on your side. Just hasn't quite happened for them yet in this game.
Mendy in the Woking half, looks for options. Innes and Lord Taylor back there. Finds Innes, he finds Mendy again. Bit more space this time as Mendy plays to the left of Whitwell. Knowles is an option, he can find him. He plays it to him. Throws it to Clark, the goal scorer for Forest Green. Decent challenge on him, and one back through Woking. Drive forward in numbers, they got a chance here. Knowles looks to get a challenge in, goes off for a Woking throw, as well kept in by Drew, but Whitwell comes sliding in, and he's a really good player, is Harry Whitwell. Goes off for a Woking throw, but he's really going forward, but defensively that was just textbook tackle coming in.
He seems to be everywhere at the moment. He definitely looks like a player more than capable to play this level, and probably even higher. The man on loan from West Brom, he's doing really, really well. Textbook, like you said, dangerous in attack, dangerous in defence.
Beautyman in the Forest Green half. Forest Green, every man apart from Mitchell behind the ball, back to Beautyman, has been forced further back, looks for options, plays it forward down the right. Jordan Moore-Taylor reads it well and gets a touch onto it, looking to find Knowles, who has the ball back for Forest Green and wins himself a free kick. That gets the Woking fans cool. Fair that Knowles, I just bought that. The sun comes out. We had a bit of rain before the games, had a bit of wind as well. Sunny now, and that's going to due to be a bit all wet over in Gloucestershire today. It's nice here in Surrey at the moment. The weather will be coming here later. McNicholas will take his free kick. 31 minutes gone. Forest Green still leading by that goal to nil. Still goals over at Wadden Road. Listen to commentary on that on DAB Digital Radio. Mendy plays all back to Pemberton. Pemberton to Moore Taylor. Crosses the halfway line. Takes another few touches. There's runs in front of him. Plays with the easy option to Clark. Spreads the Pemberton on the right hand side now. To McAllister. Forest Green just enjoying possession. To Mendy now. Back to Ryan Innes. Forest Green just controlling the game at the moment. Mendy over the top, looking for Pemberton. Flicks it forward to Mitchell in the penalty area. Clark's there as well. That's where the goal came from earlier. Forest Green goes to McAllister further on the right though. Plays it into Pemberton with the header, and it goes over the bar. Not the play expecting to pop up there was Trey Pemberton. Did good to get that header away after a good patient build-up from Forest Green.
Yeah, first time for a while that we've really slowed down the play. I think it was interesting there that we tried several different avenues, and each time it didn't work, we would switch it back to the other side. So we tried a little bit on the left-hand side with Geordie, Moore Taylor and Jaden Clark trying to find an opening, couldn't quite find it, so then we went over to the right-hand side, put it into Trey before putting it into Mendy. So each time it didn't work there, staying nice and patient and then spreading the play and tiring out the opposition before going for that chance that they could find.
Mitchell gives away a throw-in, which Woking take quickly. Forest Green through Mendy, get the ball back though. To Moore, back to Mendy. They're playing some good football, Forest Green. Commentator's curse as Mendy gets the ball away and the free kick as well. Referee stops play, sending Clark to get back in 10 yards. Woking take the free kick quickly, and they look to find Kelly in the penalty area. They can't get a touch on it before it goes off for a goal kick. Good defence for Forest Green. Ben Morgan scoring for Gloucester City. They lead by 2-0.
Didn't know that they signed an ex-Gloucester rugby
Number 8, yeah, fair play.
Dursley boy.
Yeah, gone from change of ball shape. Knowles back to Jordan Moore-Taylor. Of course, it's a different Ben Morgan. Scoring for Gloucester City today. They lead by 2-0. Clark scoring for Forest Green today as they lead Woking by 1-0. 33 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Whitwell down the left-hand side, given too much space, goes towards the corner flag. The supportive eyes in the penalty box. Can't get the ball in though. Challenges for the ball against Timmy Odesina. And it goes off for a goal kick. Just out-muscled there by Odesina, did young Whitwell.
Yeah, Odesina is having a really, really good game so far. He's put in a really good couple of challenges, and I think he's been the man that managed to stop the Whitwell and stop the Carl McAllister cross as well. So he's having a really good game at right centre-back, which is, I think, even though we're going a lot down the left-hand side, he does seem to be outnumbered. But when he gets there, Odesina, he's doing really, really well to stop the play for Woking.
Goal kick to Norcott and Woking. Goes off for a Forest Green throw. As the sun's coming out. It'll be in the eyes of the Woking defence. It's behind the big stand away to our right-hand side. Knowles with the throw in his own half. No chance to use that long throw to get into the box, but he throws it down the line instead, and the players put their hands to the forehead. The sun gets in their eyes. Woking with Beautyman, drives on forward, Drew on the right-hand side, looks to get past Knowles, passes it to Beautyman instead, and it gets intercepted by Moore. Forest Green have a chance. Basketball stuff, Knowles on the left-hand side, Moore leaves it to, taps it to Moore, does Knowles. Moore with a heavy touch, goes straight up for a goal kick and smashes into, I think it's the Forest Green cameraman, isn't it, Wayne there, the photographer. Referee checks that both Moore and the photographer's okay. And that's good football from Forest Green, but Moore just ran out of pitch there. And the referee's just seeing everyone's okay.
Didn't check to see if Wayne was okay though. Hope you're okay, Wayne.
He looks alright. As checking his laptop's all working, it's the Forest Green club photographer. And the goal kick's taken short this time by Woking. They play it long, Pemberton gets a touch, but again the second touch from Forest isn't with Forest Green, is with Woking. And Knowles back to Jordan Moore-Taylor, wearing the captain's armband, coming off the bench. England leading France by 7 points to 0 in the women's rugby semi-final. Drew on the halfway line, plays it out to Beautyman, who plays it straight out for a Forest Green throw. She's meant some entertaining games this season. This isn't one of them yet. Forest Green have got the goal, and it continues to be the current scoreline of 1-0 Forest Green. All that Savage and the Forest Green travelling fans will really want.
It's been end-to-end, but not quite as many chances as we've been used to so far since watching Forest Green this year. But I think that's more to do with potentially quite a good display from Woking centre-backs at the moment. They are stopping any chances coming in. We're getting to the position to take one, but just not able to get that final shot away yet on a couple of occasions.
Woking take a free kick quickly in their own half. It's decent, playing over, looking for Kelly. But Jordan Moore-Taylor does what he does and reads it perfectly and plays it to Knowles, who finds Clark in his own half, but has space. Plays it back to Ryan Innes. The initial momentum's gone, but Forest Green still have possession. Innes to the right-hand side of Pemberton. Clark on the overlapping run. He does find. Pemberton gets the ball forward to him. Gets the ball taken off him. At the expense of a corner. Good play from Forest Green down the right. Pemberton and Clark linking up well. Forest Green with a corner from it. Forest Green fans let out a bit of a chant. Forest Green scored from a corner in the 98th minute last week. And that was their first time they scored from a corner. It's from what, over 90 corners I think it was for Stratchell?
Yeah, I was listening to Robbie in a pre-match chat saying that we'd had 84 corners without scoring one, and we got a new set piece coach in the first game, goal from a corner.
McAllister kind of did the same today, plays it across the far post, straight out for a goal kick, and we're looking for Jordan Moore-Taylor there. Almost went straight in there with the wind. Glanced across the goal for a goal kick. Yeah, they've played a fair few corners. Yeah, before the Scunthorpe game was 84 without a goal. The goal came from a corner, didn't it, eventually the last week in that draw over Scunthorpe.
Yeah, and when I was listening to Robbie talking about this set piece coach, he said it used to be the coach for Walsall, who managed to last season get the third most amount of corner goals in the Football League. That's including Premier League, obviously, as we all heard in the media. Arsenal were first, but Walsall third, and now we seem to have their coach.
Mitchell with his shirt pulled, wins off a free kick. Akinola, the perpetrator, as the ball's played over the top to him, wasn't through on goal necessarily, was Mitchell. He certainly had his shirt pulled, so couldn't get anywhere near the ball. And Forest Green have this free kick, 40 yards away from goal, right in the middle of it. Doubt it's shootable. Ryan Ennis is standing over it. I don't think he's going to take it. He's probably just saying up whereabouts he wants the ball played to him. There's a goal at Wadden Road, which we'll talk about shortly. Cheltenham playing against Oldham. We'll get this free kick out of the way first, see which way it goes. With Joel. Ryan Ennis goes away from taking the free kick and goes back into the penalty area. Clark, McAllister over it. Pimbleton as well. It's going to be Clark. He might have a shot. Does have a shot. It's not bad and goes over a foot over the bar. Off for a goal kick. I took everyone off guard though.
I wasn't expecting that at all. I think there was a bit of confusion because normally from that position Forest Green wouldn't normally go for a shot or they wouldn't normally go for a cross. They'd normally try and play it short and keep the play going, but the play slowed down a little bit and we almost looked a bit confused, and I think Jayden just thought, why not, let's have a go, and it wasn't too far away.
Goal at Wadden Road though, Joel.
Absolutely. Cheltenham 0, Oldham 1. A Sutton goal for Oldham in the 38th minute puts them ahead at the moment. Looking at the stats, 7 shots from Oldham, only the 1 on target, and that one has gone in for them.
So it's Forest Green leading here at Woking. Cheltenham losing back at home in Gloucestershire. As Moore Taylor plays the ball over the top looking for Mitchell, but it's played away from him and off for a Forest Green throw. You can listen to that Cheltenham Town commentary on DAB Digital Radio. Thank you for joining us on all other frequencies and online on the BBC Sport app. Gloucester City leading by 3-0 against Weymouth. Knowles with this throw, might be a long one. He points to Ryan Ennis saying get in the box. The wind's behind him. Knowles telling all the players to get away from him. Oh, they plays it short. Back to Jordan Moore-Taylor. To Pembleton. The Woking defence is still deep. Pembleton plays into the box looking for Whitwell. Played away from him. Wendy wins the second ball though, and it goes over into the hands of the keeper. Actually leaves it going off for a goal kick. We're approaching the last 4 minutes of the first half. There'll be a fair few minutes added on because Kanu got stretchered off earlier on in the half. Sitting unconscious after taking a head injury. Chatting with the physios. Might try and get an update at half time how he is. As Norcott's goal kick goes over to find O'Brien, but Knowles gets a touch, taking the ball off the Woking player. Moore wins the header, goes off for a Woking throw. Not being the most entertaining half, but Forest Green are leading by a 1-0. And the pitch, as we said before the game, looks luscious, looks long as well. You can certainly start to see it just cutting up a bit. As Innes gets the ball from his goalkeeper McNicholas to Pemberton on the right hand side. Forward to McAllister. Still in his own box, 2 men on him, managed to get away from him and plays it to Pemberton. Spreads it to Moore Taylor. He's got about an acre of space in his own half. Taps it forward to Knowles. Goes into the Woking half. Let's go past one man, does so with ease. Clips it over the top looking for Mitchell in the box. Clark can't pick up the second ball as the ball's taken away from Mitchell, and Woking look to build the ball up and play on forward. Well kept on from Adesina. And Beautyman challenges with Mendy, wins off a free kick. The Forest Green have got that goal, of course, which is the most important thing in football, but not created too many chances though, either side of it.
No, like I said earlier, it's end-to-end for both teams, playing quickly, looking to create chances, but at the moment, neither goalkeeper has actually had too much to do. Defending quite well at that last minute, kind of that last-minute challenge from both teams, whether it's stopping a cross or getting in the way of a shot. It's meaning that we haven't actually had many shots on target at all.
That free kick taken 10 yards inside the Woking half by the keeper Norcott. Plays it long down the right-hand side. Holds up in the wind, and Mendy plays it off for a throw. Might be a chance for a long one. Drew leaves it. It's going to be the long throw-in of Andrews. The wind's in his face, so she plays it short. As Forest Green went everyone back, and the ball's played into the 6-yard box. Forest Green just can't pick up the man on the far post there, and it doesn't have the most clinical header. I think it might have been Beautyman. Goes off for a goal kick, but he should have done so much more with that.
A deep ball from Jake Forsakaski. I think many people were expecting Trey to get his head on that, and I think Beautyman would have thought that as well, because he almost looked surprised when the ball went over him, and he wasn't prepared to have that header goal bound. You saw by his reaction that, you know, he was in a good position, clear at that back post, and the header, you know, didn't go his way.
Goal kick to Forest Green in the last minute of the 45, so there will be a fair bit of injury time as well. That goal kicked because of Forest Green throw as Woking head out for a throw for Rovers. Knowles again thinks about taking it long, tells Whitwell to get off the ball. Bishop's Cleveland are leaving by 2-0 in the FA Trophy. Langworthy with his second. Knowles gets the ball back, plays it on his right foot, overhit and goes off for a goal kick. Shot across that.
From the way that he looked up, I think he was shooting. He took that extra couple of touches. He looked up, and I don't think he was looking in the box. I think he was going for a cheeky curler into the far corner.
Had the wind with it. Maybe the wind just took a bit too much of it, went over the bar. It's a red kite, flies above the trees in the corner of the ground. The fourth official indicates that there'll be a total of just 4 minutes. Surprised about that. Mitchell goes down, wins off a free kick just outside the Woking penalty area, more to the left-hand side of it. Not really a chance to have a shot, but decent position for it. That's Robbie Savage shouting Mitchell's praises. It's within that 4 minutes now. With the Forest Green free kick. McAllister over the ball, as is Clark. Ryan Innes, Mitchell, Moore, Taylor, Whitworth, some tall players to aim for.
So far in our home games, I know that it's been looking like we've been aiming for that back post for Ryan Innes in order to be able to head back across into the goal, danger. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to go the same way again this time, or whether they've maybe tried something new. Isaac Moore seems to be looking, and they've got a bit of space at the front post.
It looks to be Clark to takes it right-footed towards the near post, goes off for a throw-in from the defensive header of Woking. Knowles thinks about wants it to go long. He keeps teasing us with this, but it's gone short every time. Forest Green through Clark, lined up for a corner. He had a big smile on his face there, Clark. I think he knew it wasn't a corner. Tested the referee. Knowles to take this throw-in instead. Could be like a corner with a long throw in the wind into that 6-yard box, looking for Ryan Innes. It's a decent one and goes off the back of the head of Mitchell. Didn't really know where that went. Goes into the path of Mendy, his shot charged down, eventually comes off Mendy for a goal kick Woking's way. That was a dangerous one from Knowles.
That was deep
throw
into the box. It was pretty much level with, you know, that in between that front post and the centre of the goal. So that is a very dangerous weapon. We had 3 players going up for that. Unsure who got it. We think maybe Cairo, but it caused some confusion in there. It caused a bit of energy in there. I think that's a fantastic tactic to have going forwards.
Goal kick to Woking, which again holds up. Mendy powerfully wins that first head, looking for Mitchell. Can't be found. We had 2 men on him. The ball's just bobbling around in the Woking half. Eventually managed to clear to Jordan Moore-Taylor. Has a man on him, wins off a free kick. And as referee stops play because Kelly got a bit of a knock there, like a bleeding nose after going for the ball. This is referee just seeing he's all right. If you've got any blood on him, you're going to have to go off, and it's exactly what the referee says to him. The referee's saying why Kelly's got to go off. And Woking currently down to 10 in the last 90 seconds of injury time here. Sorry, Woking trailing by a goal to nil. Forest Green leading by 1-0 thanks to Jaden Clark after 9 minutes. That play for Forest Green fizzled out as it overhit into the hands of Norcott, the keeper. Woking still currently down to 10. Just as Kelly gets treatment for his bloody nose. But they have a chance with it now on the left-hand side. Looking for Hinds, left-hand side of the Forest Green penalty area. Plays it across goal, it's a decent chance, and the header goes wide from Beautyman, who is completely unmarked. 9 yards out, no Forest Green player near him, and placed his header wide of the goal.
That was a sensational chance for Woking. One of the first times that Trey's been beaten on that right-hand side. He's done so well so far, but Hines kind of lines him up, takes him one way, takes him the other way, then puts it onto his left foot on that left-hand side, ball across. It looks like it was going to be taken from Aidan O'Brien, just over his head, and then just behind him, unmarked Harry Buteman, just about 10 yards out. I think he'll be really, really disappointed, free header, not to get that one on target.
In the last seconds of the first half, Whitwell plays the ball looking for Mitchell. Doesn't have time to control it, because there goes the half-time whistle. The Jaden Clark goal, the difference in two teams. An uneventful first half. Forest going to have that goal. Good work from Mitchell down the right-hand side, holding the ball up, finding space on the right-hand side of the penalty area and playing it across to the unmarked Forest Green player Jaden Clark. Woking had their chances in the first half, but nowhere near as clear-cut as that one in the last second. Buteman with that header. Forest could get some important blocks as well. Pemberton defending well. Whitwell has had his defensive head on, and also and Knowles in that left-back role. Of course, let's not forget Khan, who got stretchered off after a head injury. Got to keep reiterating, up talking, but the precautions were there as he got stretchered off, and Jordan Moore-Taylor come on and does exactly what he does as a rock at the back. But Joel, not the most entertaining, but Forest can have the lead.
Yeah, even though it's not the most entertaining, it's been an end-to-end game, like we've said before, but it's just at that moment, that last-ditch defending, that desperate defending from both teams, getting that final touch in or getting that block in has been really, really good, and it's stopping the opportunities to get the shot on target onto the goalkeepers. I think it's been a quick-paced game, both teams looking to go forwards, looking to try and create the chances, but just not quite being clinical yet from either team. I think Rovers will be happy to go in at the break level, but I think they know, looking at it so far, that Woking can score today. They do look like there is an opportunity, so I think Rovers know that there's a game here, and they know that they've got to press hard, play hard in that second half. Yeah,
we talk about Robbie Savage not taking their chances in the previous games. There's not really many chances to take for Forest Green today.
No, like we said, the build-up play up until that final third at the moment has been superb. A couple of occasions down here on the left-hand side with Knowlesy and McAllister, and then again on the right-hand side with Trey. The opportunities are there, but just not quite managing to get the ball into the box in that right position and finding that right man at the moment. I think that'll be something that Robbie will be reiterating about, being not just clinical like he said before, but being precise with that end ball to make sure that someone's got an opportunity to be clinical.
Yeah, Forest Green, they've done okay in the first half. As of course they're a goal up. They've got options off the bench. You look at Horton, Cardwell, Balagizi, Walker, Kengi as well. There's certainly options there. And we have seen this season, haven't we, Joel, how much Forest Green have used the bench?
Yeah, absolutely. We were looking at before, out of the 9 games so far in the league, Rovers have managed on 6 occasions for a substitute to score. So 6 times a player that started on the bench comes onto the pitch and managed to put the ball in the back of the net for Rovers. So I think Robbie will be hoping for that again. Looking at Cardwell, was scored on Tuesday. Could he come on and make a difference? Nick, if you bring Nick Horton on, the way that he controls the play, technical ability, it'd be a change of shape if we brought in Nick. But again, another goal threat there.
Half time at Wadden Road. It is Cheltenham 0, Oldham 1. Just go back to the studio, Steve Kitchen, shortly. An entertaining half is what we want in the second half. It hasn't been that in the first here. Forest Green ahead, which is the most important thing, thanks to Mitchell finding Clark after 9 minutes. Clark hammering home, unmarked in the 6-yard box. Join us for hopefully more entertaining half. Here it's Woking 0, Forest Green 1.
Steve Kitchen.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
So, once again, contrasting fortunes for our sides. Cheltenham Town trailing by a goal to nil at half-time after a pretty poor first half. Forest Green Rovers, with an early breakthrough in the 10th minute from Jaden Clark, means that they lead Woking by a goal to nil on their travels this afternoon. We'll round up all the other scores locally and across the country in the next 5 minutes or so after this.
He's scored goals, lifted trophies and broken records along the way.
And now he's got a podcast.
Welcome to the Wayne Rooney Show.
Twice a week, Wayne Rooney, Kay Kurd and me, Kelly Summers, break down the biggest stories in the Premier League and beyond.
As much as you'd like to say it, loyalty in football now is non-existent, whether that's from players or managers.
Plus, we'll hear the funniest, wildest and most outrageous stories from Wayne's career.
The Wayne Rooney Show.
It's what everybody's talking about.
Watch an iPlayer, listen on Sounds.
Good afternoon, this is Steve Kitchen with Matchday on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. So half-time then in our commentary matches. Let's have a round up and see what's going on elsewhere in the Premier League. The lunchtime kickoff finished Liverpool 2, Everton 1. Ryan Gravenberch and Hugo Ekitike with the goals for Liverpool in the first half. Idrissa Gueye with a goal back for Everton, but they couldn't get a second. Liverpool take all 3 points with a 2-1 win at Anfield. In the 3 o'clock games, Brighton lead Spurs by 2-1. Yakubu Mente and Yassin Yari had put in Brighton 2-0 up. Richarlison getting a goal back just before the break for Spurs. It's Burnley 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Nico Williams with a very early goal for Nottingham Forest. But a Zinchenko own goal means it is 1 apiece at the break. West Ham United trail by a 1-0 at home to Crystal Palace. More pressure on Potter. Jean-Philippe Mateta, the goal scorer in the first half for Crystal Palace. Leeds United are 3-1 up at Wolves at half-time. Ladislav Krejci got the opener for Wolves, but then an equaliser for Dominic Calvert-Lewin was built on by Anton Stack and Noah Okafor. So Leeds United 3-1 up at Wolves at half-time. Into League 2 then, where Cheltenham Town trail by a 0-0. It's been a pretty, once again, poor first half for Cheltenham Town and their supporters. And the pressure from Oldham Athletic eventually told in the 38th minute.
Down the Cheltenham Town left, Woods, faced by Kinsella, goes past Kinsella once, and then gets the ball into the penalty, away by Massioni. It's only as far as Daniels, 35 yards from goal. Daniels sets off away from Archer, making a run here to centre half. Really good play. Plays the ball into the penalty area. Only half cleared, turned in. Terrible defensive mistake. And a goal for Oldham, scored by their right back Will Sutton, and Cheltenham behind. Cheltenham 0, Oldham 1.
Elsewhere at half-time, it's Barnet 1, Grimsby 0. Namdi Abafor got the goal there for Barnet. No goals between Barrow and Crewe Alexandra in the first half. It's Bromley 1, Chesterfield 1. Michael Cheek on the score sheet again for Bromley. Amanda Dobra has got his 4th for the season to make it 1 apiece at Bromley. Colchester 0, Bristol Rovers 1. Also a half-time score. Fabrizio Cavan getting the goal there for Bristol Rovers. Accrington are 1-0 up at MK Dons at the break. Big goal that from Isaac Sinclair. Gillingham lead 3-1 at Newport. Newport taking the lead through Nathaniel Apoku. Bradley Dack with a goal in open play and a penalty. Johnny Smith with the other for Gillingham. Notts County lead Crawley by a 0-0. Scott Robertson with the goal there for Notts County. It's Salford 2, Swindon 0. Leader Swindon then trailing to George Grant and Calvin Harris's goal for Salford. And Walsall lead Tranmere by 2-1. Evan Weir with the opener for Walsall. Joe Ironside got the equaliser for Tranmere Rovers. And in the 5th minute of time added on in the first half, Evan Weir has got his 2nd of the afternoon there. Let's go into the National League then, where your commentary match this afternoon is Forest Green Rovers at Woking, with Rovers in the lead.
McAllis has the ball on the halfway line, spreads it through looking to Mitchell. There was 3 Woking players and just Mitchell, and one of them got onto the end of it, but Whitmore wins the ball back through Moore, who clears, but it's done by Pemberton, and Pemberton needs a big old mention because he did that fantastic block. Mitchell, edge of the area, keepers off his line, thinks about going for it, but takes a touch instead. He's got options in the middle, one of them in Clark with a shot and scores at Forest Green. Jaden Clark, found by Mitchell, gives his fellow striker a big old hug for putting it on that plate, and after 9 minutes Forest Green go 1-0 up.
And that's the only goal of the first half. Important goal that for Forest Green Rovers then, which at the moment has them at the top of the National League table. Other half-time scores today. Well, Brackley Town in the lunchtime kickoff beat Sutton United by a 0-0. In the 3 o'clock games, Aldershot lead Hartlepool 1-0. It's Altrincham 1, Carlisle United 2. Boston 0, Boreham Wood 0. Eastleigh 1, Braintree 1. Gateshead holding Halifax at 1 apiece at home. Morecambe are 3-1 up at home to Wilson. Scunthorpe lead Truro City by a 0-0. Another long trip for those Truro City fans to Scunthorpe. Tamworth 0, Yeovil Town 0. It's Woking 0, Forest Green Rovers 1, of course, in our commentary match. And York City 0, Solihull Moors 0. Not too many goals around in the first half in the National League. The evening kick-off is Rochdale against Southend United. Of course, Rochdale with a chance to go back to the top of the table if they can win tonight, with Forest Green Rovers at the moment at the top of the table on goal difference. That's the way things sit then in the National League. Our other local football this afternoon, and it's not going too badly at all. For Gloucester City, started the day at second in the Southern League Premier South Division. They lead at half-time by 3-0. Ellis Watts in the second minute, Ben Morgan in the 30th, and Sopua Bieri getting the third in the 38th for the Tigers. 3-0 up at Weymouth. They do love to be beside the seaside. In the second qualifying round of the FA Trophy, Bishop's Cleeve are at Fareham Town. And it's been a good first 45 for them as well, and for captain Ross Langworthy, who scored both of their goals. They lead 2-0. Hartpury University, they're at home to Portishead Town. They went behind early on in the 5th minute. Vinilson Silva has got the equaliser there, and that's the way it is at half-time. Hartpury 1, Portishead Town 1. In the rugby, the second semi-final of the Rugby Women's World Cup, it's France 5, England 7. Ellie Kildun with an early try converted by Zoe Harrison for the Red Roses. Condé just scored a try for France, which has gone unconverted. So France 5, England 7, around about 25 minutes on the clock of the first half at Ashton Gate. Let's go back then to the Premier League and to that 2-1 win for Liverpool over Everton. A Merseyside derby really won in the first half by Liverpool at Anfield. The opening goal scored by Ryan Gravenberch. He was delighted with his side's performance and 3 points.
Really happy with that. Of course, it's tough if Everton is coming here, the Merseyside derby. But I think we did really good, and in the end we got the 3 points, so I'm happy.
Your goal was excellent. Both goals were excellent. You got an assist, obviously, for Hugo's goal as well. Just talk us through your finish, though. It was a really good finish.
First of all, thank you. Mo got the ball, and I know when he gets the ball, today there was a lot of space in behind, and I saw the opportunity, and when he gave me the ball, I didn't think, and it went in, so I'm really happy.
It got quite nervous at the end, didn't it, for Liverpool? Because Everton actually, from the moment that you went 2-0 up, Everton really actually started to cause you problems. That was their best period of the game.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when they scored the 2-1, they came more and more. But I think we got also the chance to score at least one more. But if you don't do it, then they will keep coming, and we keep defending. But we have a really good defending line, so back line. So it was still 2-1, and I'm really happy with the 3 points.
Yeah, Ryan Gravenberch with the opening goal then of that 2-1 win for Liverpool over Everton. Afterwards, the Everton forward Jack Grealish spoke to Steve Wilson as well.
Jack, disappointing, obviously, the outcome at the end of the game. But actually, I thought from 2-0, probably with a side that looked more likely to score for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think in the first half we didn't approach the game the way we should have. I think we give them too much respect. We sat off them. They were finding pockets and stuff like they did for the second goal. And then we had a chat at half time, between ourselves and the manager, and we come out second half, and I think in the second half we were the better team. So fortunate, that we couldn't get the second goal. But I was proud, with the way we played. But like I said, I think if we would have played like that in the first half, maybe it could have been different.
And obviously Liverpool are an extremely strong side. They scored 2 very, very good goals, but didn't create an enormous amount apart from that. I can only really think of a great Tarkowski challenge on Florian Wirtz. You didn't give them much.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I can't really remember them. I know it sounds cliche, but I just can't really remember them having many chances, apart from the 2 goals. Obviously, it might be the same for us. I don't think we had that many, but we certainly had a fair few in the second half, and it's just gutting now because you always want to do well in the derby. I think we haven't won any, for a while, so we have more big games coming up, so hopefully we can move on to them and hopefully get back to our winning ways.
You got a yellow card after the final whistle for a disagreement with the referee. Can I ask you what that was for?
No, it was because he gave Kiernan a yellow card for taking a quick free kick, and I was like, what are you doing? you can't give. We want to get we're losing. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want to get the ball back in play and carry on playing. And he gives him a yellow card. It baffles me. That's so unheard of. I've never heard of that in my life. So, yeah. Now Kieran, I think he's on like 4 yellow cards now, so he has 1 more, and then he gets banned. So yeah, I was just saying that to him, and then also I was saying, where'd you get 3 minutes from and 1 minute in the first half for extra time? I've never heard of that either. Come on. Yeah. Usually it's 4 or 5 minutes, isn't it? So yeah, listen, it is what it is. We move on. Yeah, and then I didn't even know that he gave me a yellow, actually, so that's news to me.
I think he did, but thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Jarrett Grealish with his forthright views after the Merseyside derby. Thank you very much for your messages coming through. There is, shall we say, a theme. This one from Lawrence. Flynn needs to go now, right now. Don't come out for the second half. Downs and Vincent to follow him out of the door, says Lawrence. Rob in Twigworth. Sadly, it's time to show the whole management team the door from top to bottom. The club needs sorting. Hopefully, Mr. Garlick would have seen enough now to make the changes required. If the club gets relegated this season, it will not get out of the National League. While we appreciate the board of volunteers and give time for free, they cannot keep on with we're punching above our weight. Cheltenham are an established Football League club. Pride, passion, endeavour. Grayson Banks, Victory and Duff, just a few gave every from the club, says Paddock Fred. If you're listening on all our frequencies apart from DAB, I'm going to send you to our commentary match there here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. So Woking against Forest Green Rovers. Forest Green Rovers leading by 1-0 at Woking, where you can join your commentary team on FM, on Freeview, online and on 14:13 AM of Joel Wagstaff. And first, Billy Hunt. Whilst here on DAB on BBC Radio Gloucestershire, I'll continue to read some of those messages coming.
They got another throw in now, though. No change to either team at half time. Forest, of course, made that change with Moore Taylor coming on for the injured Carnu. And a bit of an update. I've heard it's a broken jaw, but there's definitely an ambulance had to be called as Woking have the ball in the Forest Green penalty area. Forest Green win themselves a free kick in there. And there's a player down for it. And is it Knowles? He gets a few boos. He's holding his head himself. I'm not sure he's saying there's some sort of contact on him. He's going to need the physio. The referee's not going to be giving anything for this. I don't think he saw it. We didn't certainly see what caused that injury to him.
No, it looks like there might have been, I say an altercation. I don't know if it was an altercation. The closest man to him was Beautyman. I'm not entirely sure what Knowles are down for, but obviously now the physio is out and talking to him, which means he'll have to go out off the field of play when we restart. So obviously something's happened, otherwise he would have got straight back up.
He wouldn't call the physio on for no reason. Forest Green are going to be having 10 men temporarily after he gets his treatment. But yeah, just the word on Carnu, either got stretchered off. Heard it's could be a broken jaw, suspected broken jaw, which I'm not really sure what the outcome is of a broken jaw. Talk to Robbie Savage after the game for it and get his update. Knowles is okay. He goes off after getting that treatment. The wind has certainly picked up, isn't it? It's probably behind Woking. There certainly was there a bit in the first half, but no rain. I think could be over in Gloucestershire. You're listening, but the wind is in the faces of Forest Green. But Nicholas plays it. It does hold up in that wind. Mendy wins the second ball, looking for Mitchell, who finds McAllister. Calls him being offside, not given, as the ball's played to the Woking keeper, who quickly comes off his line and clears. That ball goes down the tunnel on the halfway line. Forest Green, the back four with Pemberton, Moore Taylor, Innes and Knowles. The midfield of Whitwell, Moore and Mendy up front. Mitchell in the middle with McAllister and Clark either side of him. So, quite a bit long period to that first half. Mitchell was by himself up there. Knowles takes a touch, plays it forward, looking for Mitchell. Does well to win the first touch, can't find Moore though. Knowles with an obvious shove in the back of Beautyman. And the referee's saying that Woking took the free kick too quickly. A bit of a bitty start, 3 minutes into it. Woking still trailing by a goal to nil.
Yeah, a bit of frustration's already growing from the Woking side there. With Knowlesy giving away the free kick and then number 14 Hines just pushing Knowles over. I wonder if there's a bit of bad blood on that side.
Knowles can be quite easily wound up. Richards on the left for Woking goes inside McAllister on the halfway line. Plays it in the middle to Hinds. Hinds plays it further to the right. Woking find the unmarked Forster-Kasky. Forest Green have got men behind the ball. It's played over the top of them. Knowles with a defensive header. Finds Whitwell, who've heard set further to the marked Clark, who manages to control it and get challenged from behind, winning himself a free kick. It's not been the most entertaining first halves. However, all Forest Green need is, or want, is 3 points.
Yeah, it started off a little bit bitty at the moment. A couple of challenges, no one managing to get their foot on the ball. I think Rovers will want to play similar to like they did in the first half in terms of playing quickly. The difference now is they'll want to just try and create a few more chances.
Mitchell has played well today. Heads it back to McAllister. Heads it to Pemberton on the right. Advanced there, and he finds McAllister. Back to Pemberton. Can he get a touch to keep it on? He can't, because it's played off for a Forest Green corner. They're first in the second half. You look at Pemberton playing as right back. Suddenly he just pops up in the penalty area at times, doesn't he?
The stamina of Trey is insane. In the first half it was him tracking back from the right back position to end up playing almost left back in one sweep to try and get back to a challenge, and this time he's in the Woking box trying to get across into the box.
Forest Green corner, Clark to take. McAllister creates a short option. Knowles is the only player in the 6-yard box. Everyone else is at the edge of the penalty box, ready to run into the area. That's exactly what Innes does now. The ball's played towards the far post. First header from by Mendy. I don't think that was aimed for Mendy, because that was Ryan Innes was the player they wanted to find, but Mendy almost intercepted it. And
came off the top of Mendy's head, didn't it? And then just kind of went straight upwards rather than having any direction on it. And like you said, Innes was just behind Mendy, looking like he was actually almost lining up for a volley, if anything.
Woking build up from the back. Forest can turn the press on. Woking trying to play the ball over the top of them. Ryan Innes heads it back into the Woking half, but Woking get the ball back, winning that second ball. O'Brien, who finds Hinds. Woking a bit of momentum behind them now. Back to Hinds. Back into their own half with Akinola. To Richards. Whitwell turning a bit of a press on, forcing Woking back into their own half again. Spread it to the right down to Woking. Mitchell forced them to play it back to their keeper Norcott. Plays it to Forster-Kasky in the middle. Eventually Woking go over the top. Wind assisted. It goes into the hands of McNicholas. Not really going anywhere then, Woking. Suit Forest Green.
I wonder whether one of Robbie's instructions at half-time was to just be a little bit more aggressive, not just on the ball, but off the ball as well. We've just seen, once again, obviously, Rovers adopting that high press when Woking had the ball, but there was on 3 occasions there with both Whitwell, Knowlesy and then Cairo at the end there, when they're pressing and the ball's gone, they've left a little bit on the Woking player. So I wonder if maybe this has been an instruction, get into their faces, be a bit more aggressive.
52 minutes gone. Woking 0, Forest Green Rovers 1 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Commented Cheltenham Oldham on DAB. Cheltenham training by goal to nil. The rain starting to come here in Surrey. Richards in his own half. Forest Green just pressing a bit. Innes with an important touch there, looking to find Moore, who he can only find through more fouling. Referee plays a free kick Woking's way. See a big old grey cloud away to our right. We're under cover just with a roof of about a yard or so, so I think if there's a bit of a swirling rain, we will get wet. Your Rovers are just sitting back at the moment, Woking away to the fans away to our left, just trying to build a bit of noise. And it is quiet here. I know it's been a bit of a theme than this season, because it wasn't quiet this time last season when Forest Green were playing here. Innes getting sent off in the first half. Coming away for the Forest Green, 2 goals apiece. Knowles intercepts, drives on forward, goes into the penalty box, got options in the middle. He can find Mitchell or Clark, goes himself, gets challenged. Referee waves it away. Goes off for a goal kick. Not too many appeals on the field.
All the appeals coming from Knowlesy and Robbie there, manager asking the fourth official how that wasn't a penalty.
Complete the other side of the pitch with them. The Forest Green fans are the ones who have the best view, and here comes that rain. McAllister looking for Mitchell in the middle. Falls fortuitously to Mendy. Ball gets blocked by Hinds. We are getting wet. Here comes the wind and the rain. The Woking faithful are trying to stay in the open terrace, but a lot of them are resorting to going under the roof as the ball's played over the top from Woking off for a goal kick.
You can just see a splatter of away fans currently just quickly trying to get the coats on right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The Forest Green fans who are in the open terrace, I'm not sure they're allowed. Are they allowed to go under the cover? I think they are. The fans are there. Yeah, they're retreating. Are the Forest Green fans? They're going under the dry because it's getting heavier and heavier. There's some hearty ones there. But Nicholas with the goal kick into the driving rain. Forest Green get themselves a throw-in. 54 minutes gone. Still Woking 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. The event for second half hasn't happened just yet.
Not quite, but we're staying positive. It's going to happen.
The positive thing is Forest Green are leading. More Taylor on the halfway line. To Knowles on the left. And Knowles in front of his wet Forest Green fans. Forward looking for Moore. Just gets blocked from the defensive Woking. Moore wins the ball back. Through a free kick though and a foul. And Woking come away with it quickly.
That's a couple of fouls that Isaac Moore's given away, which he feels that he's got the ball on both occasions. And I can see a slight bit of frustration growing in Isaac. I think he's played so well so far in terms of that high press. He shouldn't get himself bogged down if the referees maybe doing decisions that he feels are going against him, because he's playing so well and he is in that position every time. He just needs to keep on going.
The rain and the wind blowing into our faces as Pemberton on the right hand side looks to find more in the midfield. Has two men on him. Someone gets to find McAllister, who plays the first time looking for Clark. Gets to the... can't get there before Drew, the Woking defender. He dribbles it out from the back. Straight out four-way throw. That's kept on. More Taylor plays the ball forward. Looking for more. Wins up a throw-in. No obvious change on the bench. No Forest Green players warming up just yet. We've on the hour mark. Knowles with the throw. Finds Clark. Wins up another throw. This might be a Knowles one. He's pointing to get to the players into the box. He's done that 3 times now. I think he's only played it into the box once, and it was a decent one at the end of the first half. Gets the applause of the Forest Green fans who are getting wet in front of him, behind him. Leans back on the railings. Whitwell goes towards the far post. Innes in the penalty area. Goes towards the near post. Can't find a teammate. Might have won himself a corner. He does just that. I think Woking thinks it might have took a last touch of Ryan Innes. I think that I might agree. But the referee gives a corner Forest Green's away.
Yeah, lots of protests. At least 3 players going up into the referee's face and saying that shouldn't have been a corner. So hopefully with this maybe free corner, Clark can put a good delivery and we can make the most of it.
Referee blows up. Bit of pushing and shoving in the box. Clark and Whitwell over this corner. Whitwell has a short option. Pemberton's lurk at the edge of the area. Bus queue forms. Mitchell at the front. Wendy at the back.
Isaac Moore unmarked at the back post.
Clark with the corner. Played towards the far, but looking for Innes. Just can't find him. First header one from O'Brien. So haven't fully cleared you that have Woking. Moore looking to find more Taylor, but he can't get there, and Whitwell gets the ball back to Knowles, to Clark on the left hand side in the penalty area, looking for McAllister. Mitchell there as well. Cross gets barged down, goes off for a Forest Green corner. Yes, Clark marshals it out for a corner. Forest Green just putting a bit of pressure here. That's the Forest Green fans you can hear chanting. They can feel it as well. The plays all in front of them.
Yeah, first bit of sustained pressure in the second half, isn't it? Both teams struggled to control the game so far, but a couple of corners in a row. Jane Clark will be once again hoping to put a good ball in the box.
Clark That's towards the near post. Keeper comes to it, flaps at it. Second ball with Moore into the area, and flicked it by Knowles. Knowles scores a delicious flick. Moore played towards him. Knowles a few feet out with a delightful little flick into the back of the net, and Forest Green lead by 2.
Yeah, once again a brilliant ball in from Jaden Clark. Goalkeeper does really, really well to get rid of that first one. It's right on top of him. He has to punch it away. Again, like we said on that last corner, Isaac Moore was open at that back post. He managed to put a volley side foot straight back into the middle of the 6-yard box. It looks like it's going to fumble into the goalkeeper, but right in front of the goalkeeper, you got Tommy Knowles kind of standing just in front of him, a back heel into the bottom corner from about 2 yards out. Absolutely no chance for a goalkeeper or for a centre-back to get anything on it. Tommy Knowles' 4th goal of the season, becomes Forest Green Rovers' top scorer at the moment, puts Rovers 2-0 up.
Tom Knowles' name's getting chanted on those Forest Green travelling fans. It was a delightful little flick, full of confidence, isn't it? Tom Knowles, you can just see it. He's got a smile on his face this season. He just got hit towards him, back heel flick. He just needed to get something on it. He didn't need to. He just needed anything.
It didn't have to be that fancy,
but it was the right thing to do, just to get something on it. And it was a bit of a fancy one. More, I think a hit and hope would be disrespectful to him, but he just powerfully hit it into the 6-yard box.
On target though is exactly what that net chance never would have happened if he went too hard and tried to blast it. That chance would have gone unless it went in the back of the net, but that side foot control in the box gave that opportunity for Tommy Knowles to try that back heel.
And did that controversially come from that corner, which we thought might not have been a corner? That free corner, he said, for Clark. Hey, don't matter, Forest Green, they're leading by 2-0, 59 minutes, just clicking over to the hour mark here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Referee flows a free kick, Forest Green. Against Forest Green, sorry. Hinge wins himself against a free kick. Moore, I think another free kick from Moore there, given away by him.
We look at Knowles, the lease of life he seems to be given this season. Stark contrast to how he was playing at the end of last season. Not saying the way he was playing, sorry, the position he was playing. This year he seems to have this freedom and this want to get forwards. I know that's from a corner, but another goal from him.
Ball into the box, headed for Woking. Adesina gets the header on, it goes well wide of the goal. Really important goal, that, because I think that there's half an hour to go, but that could knock the stuffing out of Woking. Not sure there was much stuffing in them, but they just started to build a tiny bit of momentum, and the fans, were just starting to chant as well earlier on in this half.
It will frustrate Woking, that goal, because I think they've done really, really well so far in stifling any chance that Forest Green had. Like we said in the first half, the amount of blocks that were going in, Woking were doing really well in defending that, and now with that second goal, hopefully that can mean that Woking have to try and push themselves and just open up a bit of space at the back where maybe Rovers can kind of capitalise and even get a third, hopefully.
Yeah, all important third goal for Forest Green. Mendy for Forest Green, back to Moore Taylor, back to McNicholas, the keeper. Plays it quickly, and Forest Green winning themselves a free kick for a late challenge on Ryan Ellis.
It's getting a little bit touchy, isn't it? I think there's a couple of challenges that are going in that maybe you wouldn't have done in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
A bit of needle now between the two teams.
I think for Forest Green, his discipline has been quite good this season, I think. Just don't rise to it. Moore, Knowles, just getting it riled up. Knowles has channeled it, getting that important second goal for Forest Green.
As well, you look at difference for Innes compared to last season and this season. Stark contrast, a really mature performance from him today, really defensively strong, winning those first headers, and then obviously with that change of centre-back partnership from Carnu to Moore Taylor, he's done so well.
Harry Buterman coming off for Woking, as is Foster Clark. On comes Ward and Tim Yakinola, along with Tunji Yakinola, who's also on the pitch. Forest Green take on some fluids. I'm surprised at Buterman. I think he's been impressive. He missed a glorious chance at the end of the first half there, the free header.
Especially as we said before the game, didn't we? Harry Buterman was one of the first names I saw on the team sheet and thought, oh no. He always plays well against Rovers, whether it's in a Woking shirt or previously when he was at Sutton United. He always seems to have a great game against us. So he's been creative today without that end opportunity, but it's a bit of a surprise, that substitution.
Pemberton by the Woking corner flag, lets touch and go past his man, wins himself another corner. Pemberton again, he's playing as a right back, not a right wing back, but he still seems to have the freedom to plough up the pitch.
it's really going back to that kind of right wing back style that we had a few seasons ago. You know, we've been blessed to have quite a good few right wing backs over the years, that players like Kane Wilson and Corey O'Keefe, and now we've gone and got another one with Trey in terms of that attacking ability, but also not afraid to put in a challenge at the back.
They take the corner short. Clark back to McAllister. Didn't work. Gets the ball taken off him. Think of how they can do Woking. They can't, because Mr. Harry Whitwell comes sliding in with another one of his textbook challenges, winning the ball cleanly and saving the blushes there of the short corner of the team didn't work.
A really important challenge as well, because if you looked up there was Forest Green only had one man back and Woking had two players running down. A really important challenge from Whitwell.
Well, I assume he's just taking a yellow. You know, when you see teams break and just come sliding in and stopping it no matter what. If the ball goes off for a goal kick to Woking. But no, he just came in, won it perfectly clean, and went off for that Woking throw and gives time to the defence to reorganise themselves. 64 minutes gone, Woking 0, Forest Green Rovers 2 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Moore comes sliding in, another good challenge. Again goes off for a throw to Woking by the corner flag. We'll have a look at scores elsewhere in the National League shortly. Forest Green will be top of the table at the moment, but Rochdale are playing at 5:30 against Southend, so it might not last too long. Carlisle Preston to go top as well. McAllister challenges the aerial ball and it falls to Whitwell, plays it up and over, and it goes over everyone apart from the keeper of Woking, Tom Norcutt. We'll have a look at the scores elsewhere in the National League, Joel.
Yeah, like we said, early kick-off earlier, Brackley 1, Sutton United 0, then 60 minutes gone for the majority of the games here. Aldershot 1, Hartlepool 0. Like you said, a team pushing for the top of the league here. Altrincham 1 and Carlisle 2, so Carlisle ahead now. You've got Boston United 0, Boreham Wood 2. Eastleigh 1, Braintree 1, Gateshead 1, Halifax 1, Morecambe 3, Wealdstone 1, Scunthorpe 2, Truro 0, still 0-0 between Tamworth and Yeovil, and York and Solihull.
Richards on the left hand side puts the ball into the box. That's swirled in that wind and into the hands of Nicholas. I don't think anyone was expecting to go into there. He's just playing a ball towards the far post, but the wind just took it out of nowhere. I want to hear it in the microphones as well. It's picked up. Not raining as much as it was. Mitchell looks to find McAllister. He was gifted the ball. I think he didn't realise how much time he had to do it, but it's won back by that man Harry Whittle again down the right hand side. Pemberton creates an option for him. Whittle still with the ball at his feet. Got McAllister behind him. Still looks to go himself. Gets dispossessed. Few calls towards a free kick. Waved away by the referee. Moore Taylor taps to Ryan Innes. Looks at McAllister. Back to Moore Taylor, to Innes, to McNicholas. The Forest Green goalkeeper. Forward to Moore Taylor. Forest Green are going into this wind. Knowles in his own half. Back to Moore Taylor, gets challenged. Just Tom Knowles late, wins off a free kick. That's why that second goal for Forest Green is so important, because it's not going to be easy going into this wind. Woking can put a lot more pressure just by putting the ball in the air.
Yeah, it's definitely in Woking's favour this second half, but at the moment Forest Green haven't allowed Woking to make any use of that. Defending so high, that press, you know, we were just talking about Moore and Whitwell, each one of their great challenges they're making, it's in the Woking half. The opportunity for them to get in the box has been quite stifled at the moment, just as we see Robbie cooling down a couple of players. It looks like James Balagizi could be coming on at some point soon, just being called, and looks like he's stripping off his jacket.
Been gifted the ball, puts the ball into the area, charged down for another Forest Green Rovers corner. Came out of nowhere then, just Forest Green picking up of an error from Woking. And Forest Green with this corner, a third would definitely seal it for them. I know there's still over 20 minutes to play, 67 minutes gone, Forest Green leading by 2-0. Woking haven't offered too much. Corner for Forest Green. Referee blows up again for some pushing and shoving in the box. Just having a word with both sets of players. Is it McAllister taking the corner there down the right hand side? Just plays it in towards the far post. The referee blows up for a free kick. I'm not sure who that was against. I think it's one of those when it's almost inevitable after talking to he gave before the corner was taken.
looking down at the bench, seeing that Balagizi's coming on, a player that so far in the league has only had a couple minutes, played a really important role in that Wolverhampton Wanderers under 21s game on Tuesday, playing one of those 4 substitutes, I believe, that came on in the first minute, and he put a really good shift in. Technically a very, very good player, looking like more of a midfielder or attacking midfielder. It'd be interesting to see who he comes on for. Does he come on for maybe a Whitwell or a Moore, or does maybe come on for Clark potentially and go for a 4 in midfield?
Yeah, there is movement on the bench, I think. Forest Green fans let themselves know what they think of Cheltenham, who are currently a 1-0 down at home to Oldham. Concentrate on that on DAB Digital Radio. Here's that movement on the bench for Forest Green. Off comes Jaden Clark, the goal scorer. Seems like a while ago, scored after 9 minutes. He's been replaced by James Balagizi. There's what's the movement seeing? I think there's a lot of confusion really, because the 4th official put his board up again. There does seem to be only the 1 player coming off, unless the other changes for Woking. Seeing O'Brien coming off, yes.
Yeah, O'Brien coming off for Woking, and coming on was number 12, Josh Asude.
Thank you.
So a change up top for Woking. To be fair, O'Brien has had a very good game in terms of his hold-up play, and his pressing play was very good, but not really given an opportunity today to show his striking ability.
As this change has been made after just 70 minutes. Seeing how Forest Green do line up. Here comes Kelly for Woking, going down the right-hand side. The ball into the box, blocked by that man, Jordan Moore-Taylor. He can read these balls into the box so well. Off for a Woking throw, which might be a long one. I think it will be. Jamie Andrews with the wind behind him. 5 yards up from the corner flag on the Woking right. Dries the ball. Winds himself up. Effortlessly gets into the 6-yard box. Ryan Ennis wins the first header. Goes back to Andrews. Plays the ball back into the area. Pemberton with the header. Goes behind him off for a throw. Wouldn't be surprised this one will be another long one. That's that they take it short and quick to Hinds. Forest Green camped back at the moment. Odesina to the right-hand side, and Forest can get the ball back through Knowles. He has a chance to break. He's got McAllister to his right. Might think about the lob, but he goes to play it to McAllister. Holds up in the long grass. McAllister at the edge of the area. The cavalry's arrived. The Forest Green hoses the defence, but Knowles back to McAllister. Mitchell with the shot, and it goes well over the bar by a good 20 yards. And he should have made a lot more to that of Mitchell, because that was a really good build-up.
Really fantastic play there from both Knowlesy and Carl McAllister. You can see, if anyone that watched the pre-season and the first National League Cup game with Knowlesy getting the ball on the halfway line, seeing the goalkeeper off his line, I think both of us here thought he was going to go for the lob. Instead, he plays it to Carl McAllister. Really strong play, connecting back up with Tom Knowles, back heels it back just inside the area to Cairo Mitchell. Takes it first time. I think he'd be a bit disappointed he didn't get that on target. Not many chances for him today, but that was quite a big one.
Whitwell's clearance gets charged down, goes off a Forest Green throw inside their own half.
So far it looks like since the substitutions we may have pushed Mendy back to right back, and instead we've got Trey kind of playing more of a right midfield role, and Balagizi kind of slotting in a left centre mid potentially is what it looks like so far.
Yeah, we know that Robbie Savage has said how he can change formations quite easily. Balagizi makes space for himself. Spreads to Knowles, who crosses the halfway line. Just slows play down, waits for the support, might try and go himself, runs into the traffic, wins himself a throw-in, which he might take himself. 72 minutes gone, Forest with that still 2-goal cushion. Just slowing the play down a bit now. Knowles in no rush to take this throw. Forest Green fans chanting away, half of them under the cover, the other hardy bunch in the open terrace. The rain has temporarily stopped. Knowles gets the ball back to him after the short throw. Back to Whitwell. Back heels it to Knowles by the corner flag, who was offside when it... And Woking just with the urgency now. You know, they desperately need to get a goal back. Norcott, the keeper, looks to take it quickly. As Fareham 1, Bishopsfield 2 in the FA Trophy. Still Cheltenham trailing by a goal to nil at home to Oldham. Woking in their own half through Richards, who slows play down, plays back to the defence of Akinola. Hartbury 4-1 up against Portishead in the FA Trophy. Competition, of course, Forest Green will come into in the later rounds. FA Cup action, of course, in the first weekend in October. Akinola finds the good ball to Andrews. It's cleared by Forest Green, lands on the roof in front of us, as you can hear banging there. Good job, it's a solid roof. Because it would have landed right on top of us from the clearance on Forest Green.
Past couple of minutes since the goal, it's looking like Woking is starting to perk up a little bit now. A bit more possession from them, trying to hold the ball, trying to break it down a bit more.
And what can Forest Green do with that? I guess Malangizi's space, there's any chance of a break.
Well, we've already seen the one break with the Tommy Knowles, the Carl McCaslin and Cairo Mitchell chance. So it proves that we're still going for it 74 minutes in. We're not going to sit and hold. We'll defend as much as we want, but as soon as that ball comes available and that attacking opportunity is going to come, message still seems to be clear: go, go, go.
The rain's come back with a vengeance now.
Just when you don't want it for a long throw for Woking.
Jamie Andrews with it out of nowhere. It's absolutely hammering it down. The wind as well has picked up. Andrews uses it, plays it into the box. Roy can get the first touch onto it, but goes off for a Forest Green Rovers goal kick. I think I might have took a bit of a slip there, and the wind taking the rain right into us as well. And still, there's some hardy supporters there, aren't there? You just know they're not going to move. Both for Forest Green and Woking on the open terrace. A bit like Forest Green on the far side of this main stand. Nothing budges them.
A couple of them have not even got coats on, a couple of them have short sleeve t-shirts in this weather.
They've got 15 minutes plus that stoppage time to survive out there. 75 minutes gone. Woking 0, Forest Green Rovers 2 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Balagizi shrugs off one challenge. Makes some space for himself. And eventually gets the ball taken off him by Woking and Akinola. Mitchell, who's put in a good shift today, charges the ball down as it goes to the Woking keeper Norcott, plays out to the left hand side. And Forest Green really pushing on as they go. Woking go back to Norcott. They're a long way from where they need to be.
It proves about that fitness that Robbie was talking about before the game on that Tuesday interview as well. Thursday interview. 76 minutes in, we're pushing in their box.
There comes Woking with looking to get into the area with Kelly going to stop a corner, and it's just putting an important challenge in his own penalty area.
Rovers going to have to be careful now. You can hear the Woking fans kind of getting back behind their team. A corner here, a couple of long throw opportunities for Woking to maybe get a bit of life back into this game now for them.
Another goal at Wadden Road. We'll give you after this corner. Forest Cheltenham drawing level, or do Oldham take a 2-goal lead? Here comes the corner first though. Played towards the far post. Pemberton with a defensive header, but everyone's back for Forest Green, so second bite for Woking. Andrew on the left hand side. Moore with a diving defensive header. Forest Green look to clear. And they do half clear, but Woking looking to get the ball back into the Forest Green Rovers penalty area. And that goal at Wadden Road, Joel, which way has it gone?
It's gone the Oldham way. Penalty for Oldham in the 74th minute, and then stuck into the back of the net by Hannant for Oldham, making it 2-0.
Balagizi with the space at the edge of the area. Looks for Mitchell. Can he find him? No, there's the well-organised defensive Woking stop him. But McAllister picks up the loose ball. Looks to Whitwell, comes sliding in and wins it well. Here comes Pemberton as Woking do get the ball back, but Whitwell again wins the ball back so cleanly and has the ball in the area. Has he got options of Mitchell? He played to Mitchell with the shot, well saved, but the rebound goes well over the bar from Pemberton. He couldn't believe his luck then. Good save from the keeper, fell to Pemberton. Maybe it was an out-and-out strike, he could get the ball down. snapped at his shot and went over the goal kick.
We've been quite rightly to praise Trey's game so far. He's been absolutely sensational, but I think he's going to be very, very disappointed with that. You know, Harry Whitwell's pushed forward. He's won the ball back in the Woking box. He's put a low ball into the box just behind Cairo Mitchell as to try and drag his left foot back to get that contact with the ball. He gets the contact, keeper gets to it. He's inside the 6-yard box, Trey. The ball is quite high, so it's a difficult volley, but the goalkeeper's on the floor. There's a defender in front of him. Centre of the goal, he really, really thinks he probably should be scoring that one. Unfortunately, like you said, if it was a striker and not a right back, that would have been the back of the net.
Andrews unleashed on the left-hand side, looks to go towards the penalty area, takes a heavy touch, recovers, looks to go past Moore, played into the 6-yard box, went into the hands of McNicholas. Should have done a bit more with that, should Andrews. Gifted a lot of space.
From the Woking fans there, rather than a heavy touch, I think Andrews just decided to kind of walk over the ball, take a little bit more time and set himself, when really I think he really should have gone full flight there. He had a man in the box, play a bit quicker, I think is what the Woking fans are calling for. You see now the Woking players, they've got less players at the back, they are starting to push forwards. They've gone 2 up front and they've got 2 wide men out there, almost 3 up front with 2 wide men now actually, so going with a 5-pronged attack. They are going for it in this last 12 minutes.
Yeah, well, 10 minutes or so of normal time plus stoppage here. Woking trailing by 2-0. Forest Green leading by 2-0. Cheltenham trailing by 2-0. Richards on the left. Back to Hinds. Important moment of the game here. Woking need to get a goal in the next 5 minutes or so, try and make something from it. We're saying in the first half and majority of the second, and Forest Green haven't had the chances to take in the first half. Savage was saying about not really taking the chances. They didn't create many chances in the first hour or so of the game. Now they are creating chances and not taking them as much.
Yeah, I think at the moment, like we said, Woking are pushing forwards a bit more and it is leaving more space. It wouldn't surprise me if we maybe see a Cardwell or an Adriel Walker coming on for Cairo Mitchell and potentially going to a 4-2-3-1 formation, or maybe even a 5 at the back, and just saying Cards or Adriel, just run and chase every single ball, because there is opportunities, there is space at the moment with the amount that Woking are pushing forwards.
Ryan Ennis was running then, I think he got a bit of vertigo. He just had the ball at his feet, had space and just went on the mazy run and then got dispossessed. Forest win themselves a throw-in, actually no they don't, they went off McAllister last. Andrew the throw down the line. Swade on the left-hand side, makes himself some space, might get himself in a shooting position. Whitwell leads a trailing foot and a free kick's given Woken's way, and this is a dangerous one. A yard or so off the edge of the area. 221 Forest Green supporters have made the trip here. Fair play to them. Probably about 30 of them getting soaking wet. The rest of the sensible ones under the roof of the stand away to our right. 2,530 the official total attendance. 2,300 of them will be trying to hope this hits the back of the net, this free kick. Big moment in the game, 81 minutes gone. Forest Green leading by 2-0. Free kick for Woking in a very dangerous position. Andrews over it, 5-man wall of Forest Green. Innes in the wall. It's going to be nothing but shoot here, surely, from Andrews. Hush goes around the ground, left-footed, goes well over the bar. Actually, no, but through a deflection in the wall. I think it might have been Whitwell who gets the big high fives and hugs. Took the deflection off him. Must have been brave, because that was well hit. Yeah,
it looked like a good free kick there. Left-footed free kick on the left-hand side. Only one place he wanted to go into that goalkeeper's top right-hand corner, and potentially looked like it could have been heading that way if a Rovers player hadn't got their head on it.
The wall did its job. Corner though, played towards the far post. Mendy gets the important header away from goal. Loose ball picked up by Ward for Woking. Balagizi trying to get the ball off him. He gets the ball into the box, does Ward, but it's well dealt with by Mendy. And Forest could have a chance to break, and Moore gets a touch onto it, but it goes into the path of Norcott, the Woking keeper first. In the FA Trophy, Bishops Cleeve now leading by 3-1. Hat-trick from Langworthy. Here comes Forest Green and Moore. Surprised the bench isn't being used a bit more for Forest Green. Bishops Cleeve now leading by 4-1 in the FA Trophy. 83 minutes gone. I think there's another goal in this game. Where's it going to come? We'll have to wait and see. Woking pushing the men forward. Forest Green. There's a camp behind the ball, but they've got everyone back, apart from Mitchell behind it. Akinola hits the referee with the ball. Referee puts his hand up, apologise. It'll restart with an uncontested drop ball. Mitchell trying to stay as close as he can to it, but it's the right thing to do uncontested. The play restarts. Akinola finds space with that restart. Looking for Andrews, who wants a man towards him, and he finds Akinola behind him though. Forest Green, every man behind the ball. Woking spreading to the right. Drew trying to get past Moore Taylor. Not many people do that, forcing further back. A long range shot goes wide of the goal. That's unnecessarily from Woking. It was 35 yards out. Oh, and look, McNicholas is down injured. Which it's frustrating when a goalkeeper does that. He might be injured. We never know. It's unlikely though, as he's just holding his calf or something. He might need a bit of treatment.
It's surprising we've not seen a Rovers goalkeeper do this, since the Mark Cooper days, when there was a religious 70 minutes goalkeeper go down to get a bit of time. We've not seen that. He has just jumped back up after getting a bit of the old cramp wobble leg situation from Ryan.
They've used this for Forest Green to take on some fluids and get a bit of a talking to from Robbie Savage, the manager. But Nicholas with the goal kick. Nobody moving off the bench. Stickle twist time with Forest Green. It's definitely open to try and get a third, but do they just sit themselves back and defend the 2-goal lead they have? 5 minutes of normal time to go. Pemberton wins it and finds Whitwell on the halfway line to Balagizi. Good to Moore Taylor. Looks up, goes aerial, looking for McAllister. Can't find him as the defensive Woking gets there first. But Moore wins himself a free kick. That's worked so hard to just get onto that ball as Moore.
Yeah, superb play from Moore, because he didn't win the first header, he didn't win the tackle, but then he managed to get his body in front of the player and then win the free kick. So even though he managed to miss ball number 1 and number 2, we've ended up with a free kick. He's been electric in midfield, both him and Whitwell, and was Mendy and now Balagizi, just non-stop running in the middle, trying to win the ball as much as possible, but then with a quality at the end of it as well.
This is Cleve now leading by 4 goals to 2. Them getting a goal back. Forest Green looking to get their third. Knowles puts a ball into the 6-yard box. Can't find Mitchell. Good defence from Woking. Moore with the loose ball. Powerfully hit. Goes wide of the goal for a goal kick. Ryan Innes on the floor, injured at the moment. Gingerly getting up, trying to run it off.
A couple of moments ago you questioned what Rovers going to do. Are they going to hold the 2? Are they going to go for the third? I mean, if you look there, I know that it was from a free kick, but Ryan Innes is in the box trying to win that header to try and get that third goal. I think the message is clear in terms of what Robbie's looking for. Even with 4 minutes to go, he still wants that extra goal.
Comes Woking in their own half. And she played it forward, but Mendy wins the defensive header. Moore picks up the loose ball, gets dispossessed. Mendy manages to win himself a throw-in Forest Green's way. Here comes that change for Forest Green. Just beneath us. A double sub. Is Kenglin coming on as well? We're seeing from the fourth officials board now. First one seems Walker coming on for Kyra Mitchell. I think it's been really impressive today, Mitchell. It's like Moore also coming off. Mitchell applauds the Forest Green fans, as does Moore. And Walker and Kengley coming on. Mitchell gets a big old hug from his manager, Robbie Savage.
Fourth substitution for Forest Green Rovers, on the pitch number 18, Isaac Moore.
Throw up the line from Pemberton. Woking get the touch on there, play it forward, and this with a big header goes off for a throw, and it does Woking's way. They want to take it quickly with Richards. 2.5 minutes of normal time to go. Forest Green leading by 2-0 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Mendy does well to block that ball into the Forest Green half, and it goes off for a throw Woking's way, deep in their own half, which they take back to Norcott, their keeper.
it looks like so far that the changes for Adriel was a like for like, going straight up top. Kengney, we've seen mainly at left back so far this season, looks to have gone into left midfield. Looks like potentially a 4-2-3-1 now, with Holding, Mendy and Whitwell, with Kengney, Balagizi and Carl McAllister as that 3 in behind Adriel Walker now.
Woking across the halfway line. Find Kelly. He's got space in the middle of the field. He might have a shot, but it's blocked by Moore Taylor. McAllister hoofs the loose ball away. 90 seconds of normal time to go. I don't think there's too much injury time going on. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Forest Green certainly haven't been time wasting. Nicholas did go down, the goalkeeper, with one of those injuries coincidentally when his teammates get a drink, and here comes Forest Green. Loose ball picked up by Walker, drives on forward. He's got McAllister to his right, looks to find McAllister, 2 over hit. McAllister might just keep the ball on, he does, but momentum's gone. Forest Green still have possession. Kengney, edge of the area, plays back to Mendy. England lead 14-12 in that tight semi-final of the Women's Rugby World Cup semi-final. Pemberton to Whitwell, plays it down the line and to no one in particular for a goal kick. Forest Green should have done a lot more with that. Walker having so much space, he should hold up a bit more.
Yeah, Walker had a lot more time, I think, maybe especially in the 90th minute. He probably could have taken a couple more steps before trying to find before trying to find McAllister. He tried to go quite early on, try and catch out the Woking players, and then even again, once the ball got caught up in that long grass that we were speaking about, McAllister putting the ball across to Kengney with his back to goal, maybe looked a little bit confused about what to do next. He tried to feed the ball into Mendy, and that ball wasn't quite good enough for him to be able to get the shot away, which meant that we had to try again. So there was a couple of opportunities there for Rovers to make a bit more of that and try and get that 3rd goal.
We've had the 90 now, and the 4th official puts his board up to indicate there is just 3 minutes of time added on. I don't think we're going to score 3 in 3 minutes. I think the Woking fans also agree as they start to drift out. Mendy heads it looking for Walker. Forest Green turning the press on. Kenji live on the ball back. He's done just that. Plays the ball into middle. Can he find Walker? He can't. It goes into the hands of Norcropp, the Woking keeper. Ball's out to Richards. Savage really turning his players, suddenly turn that press on. Not happy with the assistant referee. Suddenly Savage has become possessed. Whitwell wins the ball back but can't find a teammate, and Woking come away with it. We've had a minute, they added 3 already. I'm confident say Forest going to come away with all 3 points here today. As Woking clear through the keeper to Hinch. Just one man the match from the home sponsors. There's a 3rd goal at Wadden Road. It's a familiar goal scorer we'll talk about shortly. As Kelly puts the ball into the area. Is it overhit? It is. And Woking have a chance, and there's a goal, just hits the post and goes wide. The floor's going to hit the back of the net. Space for Woking, turn and shot. Nicholas was beat. Thankfully for Forest Green, the post saved and went wide. Goal at Oldham, Joel. I can tell you who it is as you load up. I'll give you the goal. It's Oldham scored a 3rd. Quigley with the 3rd for Oldham. So it's Cheltenham 0, Oldham 3.
Always rated Mr. Quigley.
This is Forest Green fans. We're quite happy with Quigley. Maybe not scored a Forest Green, but not a bad goal to score for Oldham. We're in the last minute of added time here. Forest Green leading by 2-0. Cheltenham losing by 3. Quigley with the 3rd for Oldham. Can Forest Green get a 3rd through Kengney? He's in the area, plays it across goal, looking for Balagizi. Can't find him. Forest Green might win himself a throw. Knowles keeps the ball on with a great dive. Can he find in the box? The chance goes wide from Walker. The glance head on the near post.
That is a sensational ball from Tom Knowles. He's managed to win the ball on the left-hand side.
By diving in and crawling to the floor.
Exactly. It managed to get straight back up onto his feet. He didn't take another touch. He just put a ball straight in. And it wasn't low, but it was kind of like that chest height, going really, really fast. He's pinged it across. It's a perfect ball straight onto Adriel Walker's head. Just not on target from Adriel Walker, but brilliant play from Tommy Knowles.
Here comes Woking down the right-hand side in the last 20 seconds of added time here. 10 minutes of time added on at Wadden Road. Joel, you're going to have to learn the art of filling for the next 9 minutes when it's full time here before we go back to Wadden Road. We're in the last 10 seconds here. Forest Green leading by 2-0, and imagine the referee will blow up for the full time after just the 3 minutes of added time here. McNicholas hasn't even got time. Oh no, he has got time. He's to take it. I thought referee blew for full time. He blows whistle to say hurry up. McNicholas to take it. The referee does blow for full time. Forest Green come away with all 3 points here at Woking. Clark with the first after 9 minutes, whilst Mitchell has found him. The second from Knowles with a delightful finish when Moore powerfully hit the ball into congested area, and Knowles with a little dinky backheel flick to make it 2 for Forest Green. In truthfulness, Woking didn't really test Forest Green keeper Luke McNicholas too much. Glanced in the post at the end of the second half. Free header from Buteman really should have put them a goal back at the end of the first. Not the most entertaining game, Joel, but the most important thing is, when you look at this game at the end of the season, that Forest Green to come away with 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in that first half we said about how both teams were struggling to create that chance. It was open, it was fast. Both teams go into attack, losing the ball. Other team goes for it, loses the ball. Other team goes for it. In the second half, we didn't see that energy from Woking. It was more Forest Green in that second half. You know, we got that second goal, and we were looking to score a third. And it wasn't really until those last few moments where Woking managed to hit the post that we actually saw an opportunity from Woking. Like you said, Luke McNicholas collected a couple of crosses, a couple of bobbling balls back to him. I don't think there was a shot that he had to save. However, that one big opportunity would have had the heart in the mouth moment for Luke McNicholas when they hit the post. But yeah, deserved win for Rovers, especially after a more convincing second half performance. Again, similar to what we said before about taking those chances. I don't think we'll be that annoyed this time, you know, coming away from home and getting a 2-0 win after not creating as many in the first half to take the 2 that we did. I think Robbie will be happy with that today.
Robbie Savage is happy. He's going towards the travelling fans now as they gives a big applause. He gives big hugs all round. It's not an emphatic win for Forest Green. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 3 points is 3 points. He's applauding the 221 Forest Green fans, and he does the all lays, being led by Walker of all people. Bishops Cleveland won in the FA Trophy. Big hugs there from Robbie Savage, and they've just been convincing, haven't they? It's not been an amazing game. They've been convincing, a solid performance, and he's making the point of all the fans going there, giving the applause. Of course, I thought the biggest negative today is Kanu being stretchered off in the first half. Suspected broken jaw. He was up and talking, he got that head knock, and he got stretchered off with the physios. The ambulance came at half-time, and rumours that it's a broken jaw for Kanu. We'll hear from Robbie Savage shortly, and we'll hopefully get an update from him. A delighted Savage as Forest Green trudge off the pitch, and the Forest Green 221 fans being applauding them. Have a look at scores elsewhere in the National League and how it suits for Forest Green. Of course, we know full-time here Forest Green lead by 2-0. Some of these haven't completed just yet. It was the early kick-off, Brackley 1, Sutton 0, Aldershot 1, Hartlepool 0. That's still playing. It's Altrincham 1, Carlisle 2, again still in normal time. Full-time Boston United 0, Bournemouth 2, Eastleigh 1, Braintree 2, and Gateshead 1, Halifax 2. Those games are still playing. A thriller at Morecambe. It's Morecambe 4, Wilson 3. That's an injury time. Still no full-time there. Scunthorpe 4, Truro 0. That's a full-time. Tamworth 1, Yeovil 0. A late goal at York. It's York 0, Solihull 1. York conceding in the 95th minute. Again, they're still playing there. And of course, that Rochdale Southend game is an evening kickoff. So it does mean that Forest Green are top of the table on 24 points. Carlisle with 23 points. I know Carlisle are still playing. Rochdale, if they win today, they could go top. Of course, that was an evening kickoff. All Forest Green can do is win the games they've got. Savage with a big smile on his face. He's coming off the pitch. His white trousers still white, saluting the directors away to our right-hand side. And Forest Green being top of the table, that's all Savage wants, even if it's half an hour out. They've just got to win the games.
He looks chuffed, and I think he's got a good reason to be so. Maybe not the the most thrilling game that he's managed here at Forest Green. Still chances created, 2 goals taken, but like you said, a win, top of the table. Some good performances, especially defensively today. If you look at the change, like you said, with Kanu and then with Geordie Moore-Taylor coming on, of course we all hope that Kanu is okay and it is just that broken jaw and we can get that quick and speedy recovery. But Geordie coming in short notice, a man that's only just come back from injury himself, to then go and play 75 minutes. Kudos to him. Really strong partnership at the back. Knowlesley putting a shift in at left back, Trey right back, like we've said all game, fantastic. But the thing for me that I noticed as well that I just thought was really epitomises what Robbie has brought so far is the fact that in the 90th minute we've got players pushing up, really pressing. Kingley pushing in the opposition box to win the ball. Adriel Walker just coming on pushing, and you've got in the centre mid Whitwell, who's played all game, Moore who came off, and you've got Mendy again. The pressing was insane from Rovers. They've given no time for Woking to do anything on the ball, even in the last few minutes.
Robbie Savage coming out shortly, but we'll keep going until it's full time at Cheltenham Town. Then 10 minutes of time added on at Whaddon Road. They're trailing by 3-0. Mr. Joe Quigley, the goal scorer for Oldham III, to really rub salt in the wounds of the Cheltenham fans. You won't be too happy today, but the Forest Green fans will be jubilant. As Robbie Savage made only a couple of changes after that win, that draw last week, and the dramatic changes from it, and they certainly have paid off today. Savage went for a change of formation, playing 4-3-3, and it did work because they won, didn't they? It wasn't a nice, entertaining, fluent game, but it did work for Forest Green.
Yeah, there was still opportunities this is going to sound weird, opportunity for an opportunity, but in that first half, the build-up play was fantastic. It was just that end ball tended to be blocked or tackled by a really good solid defensive performance in that first 20-25 minutes from Woking, and then pushing on to the second half, like you said, went from a 4-3-3 to there was a 5 at the back at one point, and then there was a 4-2-3-1. Kind of just shows, Robbie said before the game about all those different kinds of formations that he played. We've got that adaptability at the moment and have the ability to play different formations, and the players know what to do and they can do it as well and score goals whilst doing it. Fantastic performance.
Robbie Savage made a couple of changes after that last minute draw against Scunthorpe last week, and it didn't take long for them to work. After 9 minutes, Mitchell made some great work in the penalty area, finding space on the right hand side, playing it across to Jaden Clark, who hammered home unmarked in the 6-yard box. And truthfully, Woking didn't offer too much here in the first half after a quite juicy, luscious pitch. Didn't let Forest Green play the fluid football they like to play. But it was Woking in the last second of the first half had a really good chance with Beautyman, completely unmarked in the 6-yard box, and his header just went over the bar. Forest Green to lead by 1-0 at half time. In the second, Forest Green didn't start too brightly. It's plugged away, but they started to create a few chances. Mitchell with a chance in the area when he was unmarked, shot went over the bar, but the all-important second came from another set piece. The ball fell to Moores outside a congested penalty area, hammered it in towards goal, and Tom Knowles with his flair, with a cheeky little backheel flick, made it 2-0 to Forest Green. After that, Forest Green really did turn on, and Savage might be frustrated they didn't take chances. Pemberton with a glorious chance a few yards out went over the bar. In truthfulness, Woking didn't use too much as the wind and the rain came, and Nicholas had dealt with a few aerial balls, and Forest Green managed to safely see out all 3 points. They'll win in more attractive ways this season, but the most important thing is they've won. Full time here, it was Woking 0, Forest Green Rovers 2.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Joel. And on you march now to Altrincham as well. And there's no doubt about it. The Robbie Savage is going to be buoyed by what's happened today. He's changed things around it, and he's still come away with 3 points.
Seems all right.
Absolutely no chance that he will have anything else than a smile on his face when we get to talk to him between now and 6 o'clock here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. So then, this is match day. We'll be back with our DAB frequencies in just a short while. The full-time whistle has just gone there, where Cheltenham Town have lost by 3-0. In fact, let's go live then to have a chat to our commentary team at Whaddon Road. Let's go live and get some reaction from Mark Halliwell and from Peter Matthews, who is just wrapping up things at Whaddon Road. Another disappointing afternoon, fellas.
Yeah, really disappointing, Steve. It finished 3-0 to Oldham, and they were comfortable winners over a Cheltenham side who have turned in, I'm afraid, a very, very poor performance. I said at the very top of the programme that I didn't think Michael Flynn could survive a defeat here this afternoon. I think it's going to be very, very difficult for him to survive this defeat. I think it is inevitable in my eyes now that there will have to be a change of management. This performance again was not good enough. Cheltenham didn't look organised. Oldham came here, they had a game plan, they were well set up, they were well drilled, they didn't have to do anything out the ordinary. They haven't had to, it was an easy, comfortable victory for them. They also hit the post twice. They could have won by more than 3, and I think it is inevitable now, Pete and Steve, that there will be a change of manager.
And Steve, just to say, I don't think Michael Flynn went to applaud the supporters.